I'm focused. I've been watching for the omens. I've been listening to everything you said. It's been running through my head, locked and loaded. I got the feeling that you know it. Yeah, I've only just begun. I won't stop until it's done, till you're broken. So welcome to the fire. I'm the one with the lighter. Feel it burning through your veins as we're walking through the flames, getting higher. Bigger they are, harder they fall.
We return to breath. As the horse body that has been laying on the cart after the descent, that is the cart that is being carried by Moki, wakes. And to rewind a moment, as Jonathan had spent 7 minutes in rock form, the battle had started. The battle, at your notice, had ended. You had caused some distractions with the outside centaurs that were trying to kind of breach the Fire Fist's attacks. And then your vision cut, you felt a strong tug and then free fall. You were not in a body. You could tell that you were in spirit, but there is still a tug like gravity of physical form is around you, and it is kind of pulling you. You see images, single-framed images of grey and white colour, of black outlines, rubbled, ruined streets and buildings, main roads of cobble from a city that you had just been in, the city that your body was destroyed in. You're seeing the cobble roads upturned, ripped open, and the kind of loose grey and orange dirt that's beneath the streets has been uplifted. You can see, just on ground level, black and white, great devastation. You don't see all around you. You're not given a vision. You're given almost screenshots of some ocular lens that is activated by not you, but by something. You see another one is two of what looked like there was probably 9 or 10 lighthouse towers that formed the air spires, the last place you left Sophia, the place that you as a group had left to go to war. You notice the two front spires closest to the People's Father and closest to the inside view of the city. Those two have fallen down and have created this massive rake line on the air spires, but most of that structure in a screenshot that you're getting looks intact enough. You're seeing the pinpricks of light that break out of stone walls where sunlight shines. Except for you, it's a grey image, and the light that's shining through is these white rays, white streaks across your vision. And then there is this, again, without form, a gravity, a tug, and a pulling, not down, not up, but a kind of sideways direction. You have no idea how long you've been out of your body, and 3 images alone have been relaying in this endless darkness space for you have no idea how long. The idea of you looking around in this dark space, not in the direction of where those images came from, is like looking into the bottom of the ocean. It's empty. It's a void. It is a fear that is deep within the soul of a living creature to look away. The moment you understand that your vessel looking away, looking down, there is fear inside just you considering the idea that there is something out here, that as you look away from the only visible retina that was given to you in fragments, that something could be also looking. and once those retinas, those images in front of you disappear and are kind of just swallowed back, like there's some big eye in front of you that's kind of just sucks in back, and darkness follows and darkness swallows you. That pull. The feeling of wind siphoning down your esophagus. The feeling that is not yours and you're not used to it. 2 hearts. 4 lungs. Suck air in. And you wake up as Pyres. Oscar,
yes.
you hear, you and Sister are probably the first ones to hear it, as Moki's panting has almost dwarfed the sound of his son's body gaining air back into its lungs. And this whole time, Oscar, as you have been flying and walking, you have been in a almost silent, mostly, debate with the creature that you are wielding. A sentient sword pried from the resistant hands of Vosk. This weapon has a actual hunger for the prey that it wants. And I think there's something in Oscar that I wouldn't even need you to do an insight check on, but regardless of your desires, it has its own priorities, and it will try to use you to make them your priorities as well. So you can hear the little bits of backtalk you're getting, also hints of it trying to convince you and make you make the threat of what is potential greater than what you have seen. But then you also can understand from its comments that it doesn't necessarily understand what age. They were the first to actively show that they were capable of doing something good with its power. And that's the message that you get under this, is that to use it, you must be willing to abide by it. That's tough for basically an inanimate object fighting for dominance in a scenario where you are still wielding it. And then you hear the breath above your head. Moki's been holding the cart with his ginormous jug arms, barrels for arms. Moki's arms, I think, slightly deflate as you kind of lower the cart.
So it doesn't seem like the sword is trying to, at the moment, force me to be doing anything more, just trying to convince me.
Yeah, I think the allure of the weapon of your choice was a desire for you, was a kind of first attempt, a nudge. Now you're waiting for it to start to push you, and it hasn't yet. It's not gotten pushy. But from the understandings of your weapon now, you can understand that the weapon itself has the resistance to push back on your own mind. Which might be something in the future you want to get some protective measures against. For now, however, that is something that you will have to fight by yourself, seemingly. Cicero, you hear life return, and you see the kind of the spine and the back neck and the shoulders of a armorless form of Pyres kind of lean over the edge of the cart, waking up, blinking, swatting a small few flies out of its face.
Is that you, John?
Yes, unfortunately, I could not leave this body. I don't know what happened.
You've been gone for 12 hours.
My body is still reforming. Or something.
Your body had been taken over.
It has been. It should be reforming.
Why would it be reforming? It still exists.
It is the curse of my goddess.
What happened? You ran into a rock and then just disappeared.
Yes. I seem to have possessed the rock. But during transit, I must have been pulled away by my anchoring body.
Your soul went into your body. It was full. The burn soul came back here.
The ghost that took your body's possession back in King's Bay said that your link would be used to summon the vessel of the Mother of Oblivion.
It is... I've seemed to be linked. Or it's all blank. I've heard something about the Mother of Oblivion being poured in and my body being used as a vessel for its summoning. That is what's going on with me right now.
Okay, well, I'll catch you up. They killed Vosk. King's Bay is dying. We left all of the soldiers there. We drank some flying potions and they came over the mountain. Now we're going to Serotonin, so we can teleport to King's Bay.
Jonathan was there for the very the end of Moki's fight with his wife, which you witnessed, and Vosk's demise. Though you weren't specifically in the room, you were helping fighting the guys outside. You did witness Fanji, Moki's wife, have a final discussion. You were trying to be more discreet and observant. Moki did not seemingly convince her in an emotional way, and you watched her exit, and now she's not with you, so you can assume that maybe she's back at the port, or doing her own thing.
What happened to my undead? Where is that little rat?
I think Prologue stepped on him and he died. Probably.
That thing can literally take a gunshot 20 times.
Oh, it's quite big. It is quite big. He stacked quite a lot.
It has the regeneration capacity of a werewolf.
He used fire.
You guys know it's just probably still there
If it's still alive, it would be in the catacombs.
in the caverns where you killed
with his father's body.
Okay, so the group gives you a small update that you had to use 6 flying potions to get the whole group to where you are right now, which is 1 hour away from the walls of another city.
Well, so Sebastian's body.
Where are we?
We're in Sebastian, yeah. Sorry, I forgot Sebastian.
Yeah, of course.
I've got his mini here because I'm like,
We're nearing the walls of Serotonin.
And there will need to be some preparation for the assumed getting this much magical supply of material into the city. Will cost something, I'm sure. That is all we'll have to worry about.
What will they cost?
I'm sure, the term is an arm and a leg, but I'm sure...
They don't have percentage of taxes on imported goods.
I'm sure they do, but then you have to go through the process of going under all of those inspections, which could take a day, and I thought we were trying to rush to find the nearest source of teleportation magic so we could get back to King's Bay.
Do you not have any contacts in Serotonin?
No. My father was from here, but we all moved to King's Bay.
Right.
The King Stock had
You want to come with us to King's Bay?
No, I'd much rather stay here. But he's like saying as you guys are walking on, I have a steam, or my family history has some. He kind of runs forward. He's a cool walker. To the look of him, he's at least early 60s. I mean, he looks kind of late 50s, but now that you've seen him kind of worn out from a battle, you can
He's like a 35-year-old, and he had a bright future ahead of him as an adventure. Never mind. He's all man. He's pathetic.
He certainly looks like actually tough. Like actually, he's built like a good engineer back in the day.
Was being on a rock really that disorientating?
It is when you wake up in miles away in King's Bay and seeing ruin everywhere.
You were in King's Bay.
I was feeling the sights of something staring through the vision.
And Jonathan, make a. This will just be a sense motive check for me. Actually, are you proficient in geography? Geography?
Sounds like something you
Rocks.
Geomancy.
I don't believe so, though.
But I don't care about geography. What's your plus in geography? What? What's your plus in geography? 4?
Yeah, that's plus 3.
Okay, yeah.
That's like every knowledge skill.
8?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This was you in a ruined image in your brain trying to learn the height and topography of what area he was looking from. What area I say he because you heard the word mother's oblivion of the mother. You have no idea what spectrum of area of the city this could have been, because mostly what you saw was destroyed. You do recognize the air spires, so one area is like cognitively locked in your brain, but the rest of it, I mean, you're guessing that creature was opening an eye at least 10 foot above the ground. That's kind of, it's like hard when you're looking at something that's much, looking from a taller vantage point than you. So,
Is there a way we can get back to King's Bay? Is that the way we retreat to the city?
That's the purpose of our journey at the moment.
Alright, could you catch me up on the details?
Yeah, so I'll give you a little.
When we landed and we finished fighting Lost, Miso had mentioned that we weren't able to teleport. He wasn't going to be able to teleport us back to that. So, came back to
Where?
That's one.
Menez Bay.
That's right, Menez Bay. And so we sought out. We took the flying potions because they would be quicker, and we're heading to this elven counter to be able to.
It's a human city.
Really?
So it's here is in
Why
the
is it in a
sanctuary.
forest?
Because forests are a good place to live.
And you've passed the forest, now it's just open.
The city is on the ground.
I don't know.
It's also mountain.
Cicero points across the large lake that's to your right, and it's a lake that you can't see the end of. That is the direction of.
I don't point.
Is that like a
Why not?
vehicle or a teleporting wizard
That's a
here?
nice lake, though.
Do we know anything about this place?
No.
It is a den of hide and
Oscar, do a perception check for me.
skeleton building.
It's not wrong.
Oh, you guys want to?
It's a major person.
Hey, you want the carriage?
You are not here yet. You are not here yet. You will see. I'll tell you when you get there.
You want the carriage?
Okay, just like that.
You on the
You
carrot.
notice that there is
It's my
a
carrot.
small lighthouse tower in the middle of the lake.
Put your
From your
fucking
distance,
hands
it's small because it's probably pretty far away.
It's just John doing minor robberies.
That's what I'm expecting. That's why I kind of, why don't I give you just some normal life so you can fuck it up straight away, which is what Felix was saying. I'm key, right? In the middle of the lake, you're seeing a green domed, like vibrant green, and then just kind of like a whitish, really kind of reflective slated material, a lighthouse of some variety. I mean, it's not the kind of 200-foot tall air spires, which is in Kings Bay. This is probably, I mean, it's so distant that it's probably still like a 100-foot tall lighthouse. So,
Shall we perhaps head over there and ask? Or not necessary?
It's probably a good idea. It's the only way
The
we'll
city's right there.
Isn't the lighthouse in the lake?
it isn't. It is probably miles into the lake.
I just realized I lost my identification cards because I don't have one
is
for
the tower?
this body.
What's its purpose?
It's a lighthouse.
You're not looking. You said it.
You literally pointed to the
I know what's that.
I lost it. I'm not going to tell you.
Did you guys remember my identification
I
papers?
just thought maybe David wanted to share some knowledge of his world or something.
I don't see the lighthouse over there.
No, I see it.
No, right over there.
I can see it.
No, you're looking at the wrong way.
Oh,
It's right there.
That's right here.
There you go.
is there?
Is there another here? Oh, there's two. Oh, that's good.
I'm very rattled at the moment, but
Are there like big city walls or?
Yes, you see about 90-foot tall walls. They're a good way up the mountain, and they go all the way until the sheer cliff wall where there's a kind of outpost. So the furthest point to your west you can see is mountain wall, hits stone wall, and to your right it probably curves, a good 2 or 3 miles of human wall before there's some sort of curve. So you can see it's a pretty good-sized city. But it's not King's Bay. You could probably walk all of this city in 8-9 hours.
It's so short.
And it's not like Kings Bay where it constantly goes up in elevation. This is just kind of like a visible plateaued city.
Alright, well, let's keep heading to the city then.
Alright, so we have to... So
That lighthouse isn't going to be helpful.
what are we going to do in the city?
Yeah, no, we're searching for teleportation, sir.
Alright.
I mentioned that also.
Is there
So the city's a major opera.
what is that old man's name again? I forgot.
Starting the main octopus.
Saint Sebastian.
Oh, yes. Sebastian.
Yes.
You know anything about the city we're heading to?
It's very, very similar, basically identical to Kings Bay, if not more, just young and spirited, more interested in specifically the young and cunning.
I see. That sounds like a nice city. Do you know if there's a...
That's the first part where he said it was like King's Bay.
Yes, Kings Bay was a lovely city. I have seen far worse.
I don't disbelieve you.
That serves its purpose.
I would like to ask though, is there like a library or something of the sorts?
Yes, there's the library in Serotonin, none of them are public. There's one specifically for the government body, and then there's the one for the students, which is the College of the Timeless Arts. One was public to anyone that has a child in the school, which should be most. If not, everyone who has been born in the city has been given some minor training in the magical arts, and therefore they have all been given public access to the library. The only people that don't have public access to the library are the people that aren't public.
Perhaps we can...
When are they adding people into the school?
That might have been something you wanted to ask me sometimes.
The city is under siege. Kings Bay is dying, and while I don't care about that, I have someone in there that I do care about. We should just ignore libraries.
I just want to learn more about this Queen of Oblivion and know what we're up against. In case if anything goes wrong.
Let's hit it.
Also, since I'm in a child's body, and you are this child's father,
No, I am not enrolling you into a school.
you're going to enroll me into the school.
I am not.
Get access to the library, and I'll leave.
How about this? How about you just... No, I'm not doing that.
He's your father. He does have to decide.
You're right, I am your father.
This is really strange.
Not really.
We're gonna go in there. We're gonna try and not get captured by slavers, which are very bad in the city. They're all in the city. And
Yes.
What was on all slaves?
Try to be on your best behavior when we enter. I doubt they'll take kindly to both outsiders and ones who are of the fair kind or more monstrous.
Yes, I'm assuming a great bribe will be needed to get both of you in, plus all of the raw materials we've got that look like we've robbed a merchant van. Or...
Perhaps we can convince them. We shall see.
Yes, I don't think the Sebastian fellow who's with you has very high hopes for getting into the city. He's trying to cover them up, but...
Oscar should do the talking, and we should not speak. Okay, then Cicero can do the talking, and John, we should not speak. Anything will be in
just like King's Bay, it is a militaristic theocracy, with the majocracy as a sort of an overarching, controlling power. I'm sure most of those words maybe not you, but I'm sure most of those words you understand.
Well, I need to do my morning ritual to access my prepared spells for the day. You can do that in the car. Oh, thank you. I was going to walk, but that works.
Cicero, for the tower that's in the middle of the lake that has basically nothing that's really important to it, it is literally a place where the elves, towards the rear end of their time doing the revelry, they go, and there are two kind of extended platforms that have their own standalone balcony that are kind of at the very top part of the lighthouse, not from the angle that you can see, which is interesting because they are both facing Amlon as a city, and they are literally just like monk walls. They put people in these kind of like tower holders to meditate overlooking the lake and the city for years. It's a place of meditation.
I think really important. It seems like that's the preschool. All of it.
It's kind of like it's the graduating not ceremonial location.
It seems like an incredibly important and sacred building.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you're pretty sure that there's at least one high mage that is constantly guarding that as a sort of like a dominion, the very borders of what the elves would call their turf. Because Wakefield, which you're on the side of, the town that you never went to but is behind you half a day, that is not owned by either Keter or Pharaoh, but it is residing in Keter, and it is considered guarded by Keter. So, the supplier of all the land, Wakefield, behind you, a town of halflings, a large, lush, 3 or 4 sized town.
So some nice lore. I'm so blessed to have learned that.
You're welcome. Because I had to look up if it had a name. I'm like, it doesn't have a name. So,
Call it Sirith Tianathar. There you go.
So what route are we going to look for this Archmage? Are we going to talk to...
Let's talk to a guy.
Like, do you have good elvish links? Do we have any human
I'm
links?
assuming we could just bribe our way through.
Cicero, you know that your city, your home city, does the most deals with this city out of all of the human occupants. There is probably a good 2% of that city's population that is elf, and
Impressive.
maybe 1% that's half elf, or maybe more. It's been 100 years since you checked out.
Yeah.
And 100 years ago, they were in the development. The city was in its original development. You've watched since you've been born. Its
Infancy.
Its infancy. Yeah, the city's infancy.
I mean, there's elves there. I don't know anyone there.
I'll just be nice, walk in, ask questions, try not to cause any trouble.
Thank you, Oscar.
Alright.
All right. Well, you guys are okay? So is Jonathan writing or scribing on?
He seems to be just writing random names on what seems to be just
Residing on the wood.
because he doesn't have much. He's just writing, and when he's writing the wood, his hand's going a little bit black in color as it's slowly decaying the wood
Okay.
into the names.
Gross.
So a faint rotting of the wood create an outline way, just 70 feet away from where you guys are, dead staring the group, just not moving his head, looking at you, but the guy that's close to you, making himself look appealing.
Good day, sir. It's nice to see a friendly face. We require some assistance, some quite important assistance.
He's kind of like looking over your shoulder, checking out the bulking kind of the massive amount of extra cargo that's overlapping the edges of your cart's barriers.
We are agents of the government of Kings Bay, and we require entry to your city and some assistance in teleporting matters. I'm not sure if you're aware, but Kings Bay is currently under siege from malignant forces. There is a large invasion going on from underground underneath, and we require to talk to someone of high authority or archmage of some kind so that we can teleport it to the city.
We're happy waiting if you need to go and find that person.
Yes, I'm afraid you probably have to wait for you. Maybe 30, 40 minutes. I will go see if any of the... he starts to turn around mid-conversation. We've got too many people missing and supplies being sent over to Kings Bay. We understand your situation. We will do all we can to get the appropriate...
Have you heard of the hostile occupation of Fort Nagro? We have just come from there. We and a strike force besieged the fort. It's now back in Allied hands.
Just the 5 of you?
No, the strike force. Most of them are still there, but they had flying potions that managed to take over the mountain.
Okay, so I will get some troops over to the our side of the mountain, and the path can be formed back. I mean, there's one safe route, but we have not gone back since, you know.
Mr. Shaw, the Santos in there are dead, and the ones we have with us were part of our group to help us.
Okay, well, I am Constable Stroud. There's no...
Pleasure to meet you. I am Cicero, and this is my companion, Oscar.
So I feel like that's a lie. He says that.
Why would you think that's a lie?
I don't know. Just there's so much...
It's healthy to be suspicious.
You're spouting so much truth. He's processing it. You can see his eyes are wide.
It's very...
So the fort is secure? No.
Yes.
Like, properly secure?
There's a garrison of 5, but they're impressive fighters, so no, it's not at all. But it's better than what they
so
want.
how do you know? Okay.
I know all this sounds unbelievable, but
It might be more like 2 hours before I get back to...
maybe we can speed this up.
If we...
Let's stop with all this pretense. I'm telling the truth.
No, this is about getting...
Once we confirm this, it's going to look very bad on your rep sheet to know that you were holding us up. They are quite vital, in fact, to the defense of Kings Bay.
Are you aware of the council coin?
I am aware of the law holders.
What about the overlords? Do you know a man named Misa? Grand Chuzo?
I know of I know of the
Madorazan.
Yes, he's the teacher. Yes, he's cultivation. Yes. We've only got him as the Archmage Radius Thorn.
Great, Thorman will do great.
Thorn. I wouldn't be getting Thorn here because I do not know where the other Archmages normally in the city. Whichever's closer. You want an Archmage. You want teleportation magic. You want it there.
Well, we don't need a direct Archmage, but entry into the city.
An Archmage would be your only means of getting into.
I know, but maybe we could do a middleman. If you don't want to have to bother an Archmage on your...
Don't bother an Archmage if this is of
that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Thank you.
I don't know if I will be able to bother them, but he's saying as he starts to walk away.
We'll wait patiently outside.
That's great. You hear...
That is great, I agree.
You hear about 30 minutes after they've gone, you see guards start to, one, walk past you, but then what you notice about 10 that have walked past you and are heading in the direction you came, towards Wakefield, but that's also in the direction of Fort Nagro, on the other side of the mountain. Mm-hmm. You see that 2 of them stick around, walk to the back of your car. Jonathan is obviously not doing any more of the simple crafting on the cart anymore because once people get close, they're not occupying your space. They are taking account of the materials that you've gathered. They're looking for actual symbols, emblems of Keter, which these armor were forged for centaurs in the moment of the fort's raid. So most of this is armor that's not considered owned by anyone. So the process that they're going through is a lot longer than just them taking it off your cart and saying it's ours. You actually have...
Try it, pussy.
You actually have legal authority with no branding on the armor. To sell it, sorry. You get through 30 minutes of waiting, 30 minutes of men checking out all of the armor on your cart, taking it all off, loading it back on, checking through your sacks of gold, which they seem to be totally fine with letting you. They're not like taking any off the top. They're just doing a thorough investigation of the coin. From what was explained, they understand. And then you see there is a guard that is in a similar garb. He has a cape over one shoulder pauldron, and you can see that he's escorting someone behind him that looks like grey robes and a kind of what looks like a kind of bronze circlet, which looks kind of like a thorned, like a corner of it is thorned, like super thorny, almost like a antler, and the other half is kind of just like straight bronze. This is a human, visibly, or something.
That's right.
You get closer, you're like, that's a very thin, gaunt human. This is There is the archmage that you wish to speak to is having a congressional meeting in the city's highest region, in the upper slice. We will have to escort through the city. This will take more than 4 hours.
And not another one.
The other one is the Archmage of Cultivation, and he cannot be found in the city right now. Communications with him are...
He was lost in Kings Bay.
Communications with him was that he was traveling to Kings Bay 5 hours ago. I've not heard anything since.
He's traveling to Kings Bay.
Might have been attacked on the road.
But Mr. Riderstone is currently in some sort of heated political debate about the Queen's operation to improve the medical industry in the city. So you will be coming with me, and we will be politely waiting outside their congressional hearing room until their discussions are over. And then the request you want can come after. I know this is of importance to you in the city, but that meeting will be assurance of the city's future health. There is some good things to come from it, and that is why I'm actually just standing up for the people.
We have no objections. We'll gladly go along.
We appreciate that. The cooperation is well, it's needed.
Now more than ever.
We have not heard word from our sword, and as he starts to walk with you guys, as he's almost asking you guys to follow him without saying it directly, and you trying to walk the cart along. The guards that were behind you that were checking everything out, they've gone. They've walked back into the city. There was only those two.
Yeah, they're
about 10 of
They'll
them.
definitely be seen again.
And then definitely
You immediately see one of the ones that is checking out all of your gear, who's like, don't go spending it all straight away. You know, we've got an economy to worry about. And you see one of the pauldron waves his arm at the guy, shuts him off halfway through his talk.
It's an interesting time for human.
The city is not handling martial law in another city very well. And in the last 15 hours, no positive news has emerged from Kings Bay. All that means is that we have to work extra hard to make sure that the people are not freaking out and the panic does not ensue.
Yeah, that will be a rough few months.
If there is something, we could be waiting at that courtroom for... assuming that the meeting is no longer than 8 hours long, they have just begun. Take us 4 hours to get there, that leaves us 4 hours in the city. If you wish to deposit some of your gear into the city's smiths and sellers, I've got 4 hours to do it, I think, if this court is not cut short, which I doubt.
I'm aware that Kings Bay was a major trader for your alliance. How is your economy handling martial law?
Martial law happens roughly, 5-6 days ago in Kings Bay. It has been, it has only just moved out of Gossip, if that makes any sense. The city is alert. The people are not panicked, And that is all the city is trying to make sure of. We are sending as much defenses as we can, but there are still an abundance of crime when another city is struggling. If crime rises because people realize there's opportunity when our defense forces have to be lessened slightly so that the King's Bay can have more men as a support. From what we've heard, you're actually now passing under the kind of 40-foot wide kind of gate harboring area where you can see there's a lot of police gear and equipment that's meant for like you see batons that are just kind of like lining the wall. This place is a perfect area for them where a front and a back gate of this 40-foot wall, they can lock you in here and beat you to death. And that's pretty sure at a base level you don't see the wreckage of that lying around, but you can understand his intent. We have had a few groups of smugglers we've let into the city because they are smuggling food, and well, we do not usually, that is fine. The ones that are smuggling other things, they've become more frequent as the city's defenses have gotten slightly weaker, and that just means that they know they are whittling down our tolerance and our energy while the city is at this weaker state. I speak widely. I think that there is many groups of people that are all trying to get into a safe city at once. Martial law happening in the Western lands is not uncommon. This happens almost every 20, 30 years. I think it's been a little longer this time, but every generation we have had is that they deal with the same thing, and always coming from King's Bay because they are closest to Jarzal, Brandt Gate, where the orcs and where most of the actual disgusting inhuman races decide to make a human problem. But you move past the first row of streets and you enter the city. And you hear the kind of...
We did it. We entered the city peacefully.
We entered the city peacefully. Well, I mean, it's not under peaceful pretenses, but it's peaceful. And the city, you notice, is...
It definitely is. I'm trying to help the nation.
The city is well busy. Around you it is actually slightly bustling for busy streets. Suddenly, the distant sound of city crier is distant and muffled, and you can hear them yell, but you can't hear what they say. You can hear the distant sounds of established bars, shops, inns, and grocers, barbers, the regulars. You're walking past the kind of midday of a city that is constantly... You see the people here are rugged up. This is kind of a sign to get to the colder climate. You can see that the only thing here that's kind of slightly more, let's say for this city, modern, because Kings Bay is kind of very old and original and unique. These buildings have small outcroppings of tents and smaller shops as ornaments to the edges of houses, at the edges of streets. You can see one close to you is a cacao for the cold. And you can see that there is just a kind of large overhang at the edge of the street, at the edge of the road, in the street you're walking, and you can see that there are many large bowls and large pots that are holding some sort of hot liquid, because you can see in the cold air, you can see your faint breath leave faintly, and you can see everything that the people hold in their hands that is warm steams. You're noticing that a fair few people, at least in this suburb of the city, like Rotterdam, if you've ever been to Germany, they carry around what you notice are they've all got iron steins or small mugs that they're all carrying. It's cold, so you can see a lot of the kids are walking around with these steaming mugs of some sort of hot liquid as they're, you You can see on some of the walls they say 1 silver return for the jug, 1 silver return for the what is it called? For the iron cup.
Damn. They recycle here.
They do. That's what. It's some places in this world. It's beautiful. There's this kind of sense in this small main street of what looks to be maybe the most residential part of the city that you're in right now. Very, very townly, very communal. And despite the large clumps of people that are grouped together, you can see that there is a good portion of people here that look not homeless, but displaced. Lost, kind of. Just kind of wandering around, looking into other people's bags as they walk past. There's just an air of not everyone in the streets around you have the best intentions. Despite that, all you see is relatively good-hearted people.
As we got all saying, so this place is on the cusp of becoming a large city. I think this wall will probably push them there. And their identity will be formed after that.
You walk past it, if they go that far. A small boy who's sitting beside a small cat that's huddled against the street wall. They're just there. They've got a small straw hat that they've got in front of them. They look you, some of you in the eye as you walk past them, and you just see. He looks like a toddler to you, Cicero. He's probably like 4 or 5, and he's just panning on the side of the street with his small cat. There's not that much panning here, which I think is a nice sentiment, but most of the panning you're seeing is from young children. From children that are under the age of 10. And they're spotted maybe every few blocks or so. You even notice one block where there's 2 of them side by side, and you can see blue office guards walk up to them with large batons and just tap the wall beside them. And they pack up, scamper, picking up their small animals, which are clearly their kind of,
Why is every city so sad?
This
That's
is
how cities work.
city was modeled after Cold War Russia.
Cold War Germany.
They're sitting on the side of the road playing marbles.
Best time. David's a cat was confirmed. We've met early cats and our dogs.
I said there was a dog here. I kind of said that the first one you saw was a cat.
City. It's going to be so fucking good, isn't it? It's going to prove elf about it.
Yes, that's why we're never going there.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the elevator. You just don't.
Also,
It's boring.
is there anything you want to pick up while we're here?
Good.
Anything more materialistic?
You know that there are a good amount of temples in this place. There's a high percentage of this population that's religious compared to Kings Bay, which is about 50-50. And you know that the temples here, only one of them is a major two-ruler temple, but like Kings Bay, all of the other temples under them have kind of are donated and given support from the two-ruler temples. And you know that no matter which direction you walk in the city, you will eventually find one temple or another. So
There's a lot of mechanical.
that is actually a really good point. I should have mentioned that to begin with. Yes, more than Kings Bay, there is mechanical creatures doing the thing that a normal laborer would do. I think that's all you're noticing is that on the tops of roofs, at the kind of edges of communal sitting areas, fix-up maintenance works, you're seeing for the first time robots that are purely on wheels, walking around with arms and legs, rolling around, pardon me, with arms and legs, rotating like a gyroscope robot, like on a swedway, and then rotating towards something. That it's not human. There's no visible sentience in their actions. They're very automated, very controlled, very specific. But then you're also hearing the sounds of the king's military force in Kingsman, which are the giant, full-armed robots walking around with magical blades. You hear them distantly, the thumping of them. What were you going to say for this?
I was going to ask You said they have no humanity. Is there anyone like watching or looking at them? Or
So
just completely broke?
So, no. People look to be affected by them. Like, the robots are coming in here to do a job that is interrupting people's day. They cordon off the area so that these machines can do their job in peace. Because even Jonathan's kind of processing, like, okay, if they're not letting people in here, that means if a person walks under them, they'll probably get crushed. Like, this is like, they've actually boarded off areas where these robots are being used. They're not sentient. They're not AGI. They are designed for the purposes, and maybe, you're still kind of at the edges of a city, and you're so surprised that the technological advancements in the city isn't visible on the buildings. It's visible in amongst the streets. It's like a disbursement of people and robots kind of living in harmony. You're not seeing the labor jobs on roofs, on walls at all. They're not visible here. No construction from people, no labored hands, except for smiths that you can see are probably the only people arguing with the robots. Because they're like, get the fuck out of our way, we have a hammer. They're pushing the robot with the hammer, get the fuck out of here.
I did not expect human society to be so good at colomancy.
Oh yes, there's the clockwork creations. Yes, they were the original designs from what gave the city so much funding. The Krueler's assembly.
What is clockwork? Could you explain it to me?
It is a perfect mix of what we call what is the word? Like static electric buildup of energy, much like what my machines use. Also heat generators. Most of the machines, and he points to the ones on the roofs that you can see are working and fixing some sort of clearly like either fireplace funnels or what looks like actual funnels of fire exploding from the tops of building roofs. Those ones look like they are used to work better the more heat is conducted around their body. All different types. There have been many that have been produced in the last 15 years, and I can say that the city is far more in tune with their mechanical creations than I had expected. It's a symbiosis I didn't think I'd see. Kings Bay, they're all scared of them. Here, it's like they don't even exist.
I see.
Oscar, do a geography check for me.
Oh, I'm better those.
Sure.
Natural 20. So
That's great.
20.
I will give you this because the natural 20. I was not going to give you that. But now you understand. So you're coming in from right where your fingers are. Closest exit is. That's it.
So you're untrained.
Yeah.
So 10.
Yeah.
So 10.
You got a 10.
The natural 20, it means that
You do not have a map. You have a map in your brain. At least that gives you all the ideas of where the temples are.
How the city works. 1 million.
for sure.
You also realize that at some point in your brain where there are areas in the city that you have not seen before, the dragon spirit thing in your brain is picking a piece of its knowledge and putting it into your brain.
Great. Just what you want.
I love that. This guy's dope.
The Arbor Spires, which are the thing that you were told you were heading towards, the dragon has an awareness of it in that was the place that it was anointed as a sword to the Hollow Valley, the swords of the Hollow Valley. Specifically, also.
Do we know, is it able to estimate how long?
Okay.
Yeah.
You look. It gives you and even some like smaller images, just in like to give you an idea of time and distance. You're probably guessing 15 years.
Okay.
15 years that it was in the service of another, or close to.
And there were multiple wielders before this one, but this was one.
Actually, not that you know. This is the first time any information about the dragon's origin has kind of been like just glimpsed into your brain.
Cool. He's been nice. We're telling the things.
Yeah, he's kind of filling in some gaps for your brain.
Well, I definitely want to buy a wondrous staff. I feel ill-equipped without a real...
I think that's fair.
No bad place to do it.
We should be heading through the Civil War soon. Near the markets, should be able to find something if we're being unobtrusive.
Yeah, train most of their wizards here, apparently.
Well, hopefully there'll be a really good store then.
Well, they're just have stores from.
It's gonna be like the Harry Potter little thing where it's like,
You see a ton of different shops. None of them in your present area look like a wooden store.
I know that.
None of them look like they're designed for
You have to go to Ollivanders.
You who lives in suburban Detroit, do you want wands?
Maybe if I go to Swanson and find like a wand
I got
there.
lots of smiles.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, and I think the most in terms of like magical items that aren't really that you don't think are worth what they sell them for. You see some general stores as you walk past. There is like not display items, but worded, labeled, not identities, but like charm of like really small design items that they say, literally in brackets below, definitely is magical.
I'm going to.
But these are general stores, so you're not sure of the quality.
I'm gonna sort of like walk a little closer to like the captain that was walking with us.
Yes.
One of our members is a cleric. His idol was disappeared in the battle. Are there any places where he may commission one?
Yes. You might call me Captain Toll. Toll. It's a T-O-U-L.
Oh, right.
Toll.
That's a pleasure to meet you.
And look, I'm not going to ask for your names because I really don't care, but you can call me that instead of that. The temples would hold some sufficient supplies of talismans. I would say that if this is something that a friend of yours needs specifically made, I would maybe suggest instead a blacksmith, and then see if a priest can enchant it, if that is what is needed. But the temples do offer minor holy amulets, relics. They're not cheap, but for you, I'm sure they are.
Is there a priest of Farina here, or a priest of Persephone?
No. There is.
I see.
He's like really thinking about who that god is. If you name him, they don't ring a bell to him. I understand you're talking about the Saurian god. Yes, we used to have a temple of Nanut here. That one has been taken over by, well, they call themselves the Followers, and it's been renamed to the Temple of the Followers, and the direction we are going, I would say it's a unifying temple of many, many voices of many, many different faiths.
I see.
But it is not kind to dark gods
They don't
or
really like snake.
outside of
They're not snake people out there.
what are snake people.
It's like explanatory. Imagine like a snake and a person combined.
You know how many different things that snakes only have a tail and a head?
I think you're talking about the Dragonborn.
No,
But they can't
you know what I'm talking about. That's a good thing.
There are draconians in the city, I just never see
They're
them.
not snakes.
Okay, yes. The only times you'll see the dragon kind is in the.
Didn't ask where the dragon comes. You don't know what snake people are? We can all count on blessings.
Yes.
Forgive my friend. We will, on our way to the Opera Squires, we'll take a visit.
You also know what the snake people are.
What are you talking about? There's a snake cult. They were coming this direction several months ago. What? I'll tell you about it later. Okay. Why are we whispering? Because it's right there.
Quite strange.
Yeah, it was quite strange at the time, I agree. What have you noticed with that?
Yes, I won't be able to get a divine casting relic because they don't want to follow my religion.
Also, we asked for a 1-2 stuff.
So I guess I'll have to use arcane magic.
I'm sure we can find you something.
If you head not in the direction we're going, if you partake our path and you head about an hour's away from our direction, once we hit the center of the city, the market ring, you could head towards the academy, and the stores in that direction would line up more with what you were talking about. Because you see the northeastern side of the city is kind of dedicated to magical artifice and creation. This side is far more of the suburban, natural, tenanted life. I would suggest not to display your magic publicly around any of the automatrons or the officials, I guess.
Is there any public glimmer spell I can use?
Yes. Spells that disguise the form, they are allowed. They are not allowed to be seen, cast, if you can understand what I mean.
So I can't just hide my little racial features, like my horse behind and
I think totally fine.
fit in more?
I think that your noise is quite profound. People will find it hard to not hear you. And
You know a cheap illusionist or anything around here?
no, I'm a captain of the guard. I tend to stick away from the affairs of the archmages. I've known that there's one very powerful illusionist in Kings Bay. She heads one of the councils.
I don't need a strong one. I need a beginner can do it.
I'll let it go.
If you head, as I said, if you head about an hour off path, you're heading towards the districts where there is many medical youths. I'm sure you'd be able to find an illusionist to some capability. It is your choice. And as you finally head to Civil Row, you look at the kind of orange and red gate. That is the kind of last gate locking you away from what looks like a massive central courtyard in the space of some area of the city. You've now walked for a solid hour.
Captain, tell us about the Queen's initiative. I bought like a really crumpled little like hat, and I just lost the tape.
Oh, we have Falcon. I fully lost this.
No, it was in the cart, and it's been in my pocket crumpled up for several weeks now.
Did you ask him the Queen's Alliance?
I don't know, the Queen's initiative for the healing. Oh, tell me all about it. I'm really interested.
The Queen's Operation Medical System was designed for King's Home. It's not it. It was rejected by Kings Bay. They want to set up more infirmaries and medical public practitioners for temples and for the public civilians who come to temples almost daily for restoration and healing. The city is very generous and has suppliers of the healing elixirs, which are passed to the temples almost fortnightly. So there are supplies in and out of the city constantly. They do not come from Kings Bay. Kings Bay gives us new technology, new magical artifacts, I think, and mostly just the manpower needed for issues we find in the mountain, technological issues we have, burrowing through collapsed mines at the edge of the city here, underground.
And how was the reception to this initiative?
Well, the Queen, she tried to start with coin production, but moved to the medical industry because it was needed. Now the people are desperate for healing magic. We can't pull archmages away to talk to them with regards to saving a city because one city is as important as the other. That is not what it's come down to. Guess you would call it greed.
Are you interested in our stolen wares? Could we sell them to you?
Not stolen.
Well, war wares.
You probably shouldn't tell me they're stolen. I'll let that one slide.
Spoils of war.
Yes. Well, the soldiers have come by and said that it is completely yours and has no branding of us. So,
are you interested in at least who would we go if we want to sell it to you instead of?
He's already mentioned that we can go to the blacksmiths or whatever.
Yes, but what do we want to sell directly to you?
You have.
He's not a merchant, he's a captain.
I can send you to the places where I didn't hear about what the equipment was worn on.
Yes.
Sentinels. It would be very difficult for us to immediately make use of it, so we would have to send it to a blacksmith. I would say you could try and persuade the law holders in the Blue Office to make an allowance. You wouldn't get the highest profit from it, let's say that, but that's, if you're not after that, I'm sure you can get good, quick money from it. As he's pointing it out and pointing, you're at the very edge, right about to go into Civil Road, and that gate that's right in front of you is maybe about 150 feet away.
Yeah.
You start to hear his words get kind of drowned out. It's like very quietly at first, because you're at a point now 150 feet away from the bridge. The town crier is audible and you can hear him. And Cicero, to what you were listening to from the captain, you hear the town crier yelling, "A hearing underway! New medicines and new infirmaries in the major cities, from the Queen's operation in Tulun Port. Your votes are soon to be allowed. Cheap medicines for students and children." And that is all you can get before this horrible, almost like a petrol sound, but not, more like a vibration with this kind of like deeper, almost like almost a tinny sound. There's something that, as you hear the sound get muffled, you notice that there is something bright in the sky. 90 feet above the wall, where sunlight is cresting, you're noticing that there is some sort of shape. It is reflective enough because there's clearly enough metal on it that you try to look up and you're almost blinded. Light's hitting it from an eastern angle. That light is reflecting down at you. It's not until that shape lowers 90 feet down and gets below the height of the wall and kind of crests out of the line of sight of the sun that you're getting the shape of a small boat. The captain is not even paying attention because, weirdly enough, it's just not like it's probably an everyday part of the life here. And the sound above you is like a lawnmower going off in the sky. Cicero, you notice, because obviously you're looking up, you notice to your right there's a balcony. There's a balcony to your right on the third story of the building, and you notice that you didn't really see it before because it wasn't angled. Now, Oscar and Cicero, and I would even say Monkey, because you've got a better height than these two, but I would say all of you would definitely notice from a balcony on a third story stone building, a ballista becomes visible, pointing up towards the ship that is thrumming and making sounds descending behind you.
I was smiling for a second, listening to what they were saying.
That's the sound.
There's a problem now.
And you... I want everyone to make perception checks.
I love rolling dice. I hate rolling dice.
Everyone can.
Breaking out ears.
Well,
This is breaking your ear sound. You all technically have a -4, but I just give you a -2 on the DC. And I rolled a 2 for the captain, so that's great.
We both got that once.
I rolled
I love it.
I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2?
I rolled a 5, so I got 7.
11.
Okay, great.
High rollers here.
Well,
This is a high rolling portion of the
so
body.
there's some sort of sound coming from the ship, which you can't hear because of the loud thumping. This makes a lot of sense, guys.
It's the sound. I'm thinking about to explode.
You hear, you barely hear the sound from that ballista like click into place where it's like angling itself up. It's locking into a bunch of angles, and then you see where the angle is pointing. You see.
It's talking to his dick.
You get
I'll speak from the air, yes.
this one. And you see from the angle that ballista is pointed, a blue streak from somewhere above you strikes towards the ballista, over the ballista, and then the ballista, who is cranking itself up, stops. You suddenly hear yelling from the building inside to your... You didn't hear a noise. It was just this, like, faint blue light. I think the only person who caught it really was Jonathan, because you guys both rolled a natural one.
Yeah, it's still got higher than that.
Yeah, Jonathan's on the right side.
Is that a laser beam?
It looked, like a streak of
fuck is
blue
a
energy.
laser beam?
Let's say a ray. Visibly, it looked like a ray.
Is that a ray of frost?
What's that, a magical beam?
Is that a sunburn?
You guys all now start to hear shouting inside the building to your right.
Permanently blind.
The brick one. And I would still say the only person who really sees... You see the blue streak, Jonathan, and then you also see the bottom of the airship that is above you seems to have the underside of its hull open like something that would release
Bombs.
a bomb.
I love bombs.
I was thinking like the Halo drop buggy. That's like the first time I've ever seen that. You notice out of what are they called? They're like yeah.
Carrier?
It's not wide enough to be a carrier. This is a pretty small ship, but you're noticing and very loudly.
They're dropping.
Loudly, you'd think it was a buggy. There's no way, not enough size. This ship is too small. There is a chain that is so loud it hits the back of the cart that Moki is rolling, and it just knocks your cart, almost knocks you off balance.
This is over the top of us directly now.
It is progressively moved closer, but you're noticing that this chain, as this bottom thing was released, which you guys didn't look at that moment, you didn't see, because it's all just a shadow, as it's lowered beneath the wall and beneath the line of sight of the sun. That, Jonathan, you're noticing there's like 4 or 5 chains that are low hanging, but are slowly lowering themselves down, while there's one chain that just went and just hit the bottom, like the very, very back corner of the cart, almost enough for Moki to like watch the cart. Moki, make an acrobatics check for me. This is about saving all of the pieces of what's on your cart right now.
Shoot the ship.
Don't get another that one.
My God.
You do have a -2, but this is
Oh, -2. Okay.
this is 15.
With my laser gun.
I succeed.
Okay, cool. So you don't luckily have any of the thousands of gold worth of armor just scatter onto the floor of the street.
All the sacks of gold.
Cool.
The sacks of gold are there, but most of them you have been carrying this whole time because
Yeah.
the armor itself is taking the cart in like larger proportions.
Yes.
Obviously.
Obviously, 7 breastplates.
Now, no
take the
one
whole gun.
notices. Jonathan, you're the only person to see one streak of what looks like a body
20,000 gold.
leave the roof. Sorry, leave the unseen part of the top of this airship and enter that balcony that blue streak went into. We will roll initiative now for all of you guys.
Captain, is this normal?
Doing combat.
What is happening?
We're getting
Combat is level and so on.
Oh, 2 2s are 20 to 13.
That's pretty cool.
And then, oh my god! I can't roll. At least you guys didn't roll 1s and 2s on initiative.
I cannot wait.
Oh, I rolled a 2 in initiative. For 9.
For not, it's still better.
Oh, that's a wild against these people.
What did you get?
Lame.
Yeah.
I got a 25, but I rolled a 12.
What?
Why? What, your initiative person? You were a monk, that's right.
Yeah,
What's your initiative, Bruce?
+6. It's literally me to better.
Plus 4, so that's a 17.
I am the better
Really was a vigilante. It would have been so sure.
Right, if he was a slayer, he'd be even better.
He'd be slightly stronger.
I'll be my character.
He wouldn't be a rogue for
Plus
that.
3, so it's 4
You'd be an
initiative.
investigator. I think that would be somewhat similar.
Did anyone get in that one, guys? Just tell me.
No.
Okay. Did anyone get below a 5 in initiative?
No.
Thank goodness. Okay, good. So that's just saying I can write all of these in weird, but 20 to 25. 25, 25.
9.
I was actually not high. 23.
24.
I rolled that 20.
Especially as an expert on drugs. He killed a bunch of people in his life, and that's literally all he does.
Oh, you rolled that 20 for that?
Yeah, I did. Oh, I think it was plus 4.
Did you know the boys has a fictional language in it?
No,
You also got below a CR2 burglar.
Guess what language it is?
20?
No.
How much is that? What's our initiative?
You're
5,
a
maybe.
here.
Holy shit.
Can you guess
Oh,
what
sorry, CR3.
language
CR3.
it is, boys?
18 days.
Yeah.
Russian.
Oh, I know shit. I'm not looking at my all that
That they made for the boys.
Never mind.
It's
I'm looking at CR10. That makes sense.
Yes! Keep a good silent with your brothers.
Oh, it's plus 4 initiative. Okay,
It's made up.
so
Not randomly or something.
nat 20 plus 4, so he's the same initiative as you.
Attack.
We both share, and nat 20.
Dexterity.
He has plus 4. Like you.
Where's that?
Rollies.
What roll? Figure spots out of us.
I roll.
I rolled that 19.
Nat 20.
God,
What is happening?
I rolled it with one of the weirdest dice I've never used too. It's just like,
I rolled really well.
That's the red now.
No. My red metal's curse of only rolling 20s, 19s or 2s. That's if I roll me a 20. Okay, so 24. Alright. This is a freelance thief that you've been beaten by.
Oh yeah, everyone got beat by this freelance thief. I don't have to.
Oscar does get to be Chirac. Jono. Okay, thank you. I've done through all monsters. I'm actually going to maybe do this all the time now. I have monsters at top and bottom. I'm just going to do it that way. 20 to 15. 20 to 15? No. 15, 10.
14.
Thank you. Look at my initial count. I'm just going to push you. I have like 2 more things to roll, but like, yeah, that's a lot of space between. I've kind of over.
Oi, oi, oi.
I've made a. You can see my initiative track roll is very good. This is
Right.
the squished at the top. This is perfect organizational skill.
Blue is softly.
I haven't put Nick in yet. Nick, 14?
Yes.
Hang on.
14. I'm very, very
Oh, wait, yes, because I haven't done. I've got Sebastian. You rolled a 14 plus 1, so 15, so we beat Cicero, so now I have to scrub this.
Sebastian.
Oh, it's so high up in the
Yeah, this is why you go from bottom to top.
Well, think about it like this. It's only 25 feet up from this one.
No. He pulled the roof off of that one.
Yeah.
Which I can get up to. That's not after.
And I also want to let you know, in less than 2 rounds, the cart will be probably taken. So if people don't defend the cart will be. No. They landed the
Like grappling hook or something.
It was certainly like a projectile, but it was just like a lump of chain that had shot down and hit your car with such force that it nearly knocked it out.
If you could just
Anyway,
Okay, why don't we just flip the cart and go on the ground? I don't have to come down here and pick it all up.
That's a good idea.
Wait, it's stabbed into the car or is it a hook or something?
it was like a lump of chain that just hit the car.
Wait, also
It's made of a magic chain, alright.
is it like a net?
Anyway, it's a magic chain with a magnet at the end.
Like, is it like connecting to all the metal, or?
Well, let's see if
As soon as it's wrapped around the cart, it's
It's just a chain, brother.
Anyway, yeah, nice card, didn't he?
Wait, you're saying there's a chain on climb.
We can climb up.
How did you forget?
We'll never break the
Should we have described you moving the cart so that you didn't know?
This is the strangest combat we've ever had.
Yes, it is.
My initiative is so low because I'm just staring at the teleporting airship like, what the fuck? How did you get so close so quickly?
it's just about to say Murky.
The guy's like, please don't use magic.
And I got one more to roll for, which is your captain. Oh, that's good. That's 17 plus 1.
You don't have to erase some stuff.
No, luckily. I only have to do the Cicero Sebastian.
Just write it in even smaller words.
Cool. Captain.
Exactly.
So yeah, you can use magic. We're gonna respond with proportional force against these guys, right?
Yes. Proportional force.
And haven't hurt you yet, but the only person who knows that someone's been hurt is John.
They didn't hurt us.
Thievery is illegal.
You guys, welcome to, as Oscar, make your first move, and then I was going to say as a group, you're kind of able to make a general call if you're actually going to stick with the combat or try and run away. This is up to you. You can end combat straight away.
Do you have wardens?
No.
That's a cool monk ability.
Captain, what is going on? Are these people?
Wait, this is some sort of, wait. That's his turn. Wait. Like he's looking at the chain that's like directly now dangling behind your cart as when he's kind of just
Not connected to the car.
Well, then you normally hit the cart.
I'm going to run over.
It's gonna fly.
I'm going to run over.
We made him roll an acrobation, so he's safe. He saved the loot.
I'm going to run over to the car. Does the chain move if I just try to like pick it up?
Yeah. It slides off. It looks like it's a big, heavy dead weight at the end of a long, thick piece of chain. Like this could be ship chain. It's so big.
Okay.
You don't really know what this is. It's not an attack weapon. It's heavy enough that when you try and toss it, it falls 2 feet away.
Are we fighting these guys? What's going on?
I thought that this is for the sea.
How does this get close? It's just teleported from the walls.
Okay,
That's not fucking.
I think they're trying to rob us.
Oscar will jump onto the cart, cover up, and try to get towards the balcony. With platform. Okay, not bad actually. So that is swift action 34.
Okay.
I'm swift action fluctuation movement.
What the fuck does that mean?
It allows me to make a jump as a swift action.
Alright, so you watch as.
There's action for jumping.
I know it. It allows me to use a swift action to make a movement only for a jump.
Okay, they can take 30.
So you watch as it takes that full, like, that would be, it's a 30-foot jump basically. So you watch as he pirouettes, he grabs the bottom of the bar railing, grabs the top, and just does kind of like a monkey spiral, and then just tumbles inside. Full wrap around. You see that there's 2 men in here that are at the corner of the room, and you can see that there is some shadowed figure that is hunched over a bloody corpse. Put him right there. Beautiful.
Now they've committed a crime.
You can see there's clearly someone with a black hood. There's someone that you can't see the front of their face. You can see a silver dagger in their right hand, and their left hand it looks like it is deep in the breast pockets or front pouches of what looks like a relatively fat black and white suit gentleman.
So turn around slowly. I'm not looking to fight you.
You can see the fingers still wriggling, like under the pouches.
Okay, I will hold my attack action.
You don't have a switch, so you can't actually hold without. Is that about reaction? It is.
The trigger, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, if only you used your movement to jump in. Yeah, you still have your movement.
Okay, I will run up to him and attack him twice.
Okay.
How? You're going to attack twice?
Yeah, flourish. Yeah, I understand what
Okay. You watch as you pummel this guy that is clearly hunched over. You send the body flying off the body. You realize that you've now freed up visible space in front of you. There is a body. There is a blade in his neck. He is not moving. He is out. You have sent this body kind of like skidding to the side. It is now it's both of its feet were either side of the body which it was hunched over. Now you can see there is a clear either paint or some sort of thin leather mask that is covering the face or the eyes and the nose, so you can only see the slitty eyes.
Glad I made the right choice.
This was supposed to be an easier job. This is followed by the sound outside. You hear as Morgie and Oscar, you see from behind you 2 figures. Just from the balcony, from behind you, in the corner of your eye, you see 2 figures drop down. Descend very quickly. Morgie, you notice 2 figures land. One of them you almost don't see because you just see the bald head of a grey hair creature. That one stays up there. That guy and the one at the far back. small guy there, small boy here. Those guys get to the base of the cart, the very back of the cart, and you see that they actually drop themselves down with what looks like on each of their arms as they jump down, 2 anchor hooks.
Are we supposed to be so far apart? Like, where are you? Like,
The group should all be together. They should all be on the cart.
Ahead of us.
You can put all the minis at the cart where you guys all are. You guys are all walking down the stretch.
So I look at it going, we're really far away from Ricky.
Yeah.
You're in the car.
I'm in the car.
Yeah, you are in the car.
I didn't leave the car.
What are you? You were sneezing when
Are you like next to me or behind me?
Yeah, that's probably myself.
Which takes 6
And
hours.
Sebastian is probably also walking.
He's walking.
Yeah, they just 60-year-old men walk.
Also remember, you do have a focus on it.
Yeah.
Morgan, have you been still walking the car along, like up until this point, or did you stop it when the thing hit the back?
I probably would have stopped it, but I'm still holding on to
Was
it.
it holding it?
Yeah.
You feel something, as you look back and you see those 2 figures, suddenly you lose one, so the shortest one disappears, and your ability to kind of like take a step forward, you're later in the initiative, but now you've noticed, before your turn even happens, that something you're pretty sure, because there's no place for hoofs to grab onto your cart's frame, it's all pretty solid, they've called the wheel.
Damn, I missed that.
Because that's when you just feel the resistance. Your cart is not going to move from one side.
They had like grappling hooks they rappelled down on, and then the one just poked it into a wheel. That's cool.
Because one of them was short enough, you didn't actively see him, but now you're noticing that there is a very short figure that's kind of doing a thing.
Did they rappel down on like ropes or chains?
Chains.
Okay.
And those are the same chains they hooked into your...
10,000.
The same really thick, heavy chain?
No, that chain was seemingly like some weird anchor magnet. Those chains that they propelled themselves down on, they have quickly moved and got only one of the 2 chains that they bring
So
down.
that's thinner chains, got it.
Thinner, yeah.
Not anchor chains, but like normal chains.
Yeah, decent industrial chains, for sure.
Should cut that chain.
I'm gonna try.
Too fast. Get up. Go down. Get up. Alright.
Jake, we're fighting bandits.
I love bandits.
This is sick.
I'll play some Christmas music.
Awesome. Bandits are coming. I love bandits.
This is the crazy part.
This is the diamond.
Crazy fire like this? Oh wait, no, last time.
Last time this happened,
a bunch of people.
We can kill them.
We can kill them.
last time I think this actually happened was when Cornell and Bush
There's no greater evil.
It's a bunch of people.
No, that was
And
not
they
real.
don't have 0 HP, which is
Okay, I'm assuming if there's a ship involved.
but yes, there's a ship involved. By which I mean that it is an unplanned for attack. That's happening beside you, not now.
You're right. This is the best fight we've done.
kill this guy.
Since the 2 of you guys met.
Jonathan, steal his soul.
Just throwing the last one.
Let him do the
We can't expect God to do all the work.
It's a surprise round, just dropping the chain and one of them.
Be your own destiny.
We move into Freelance Thief, who is...
Freelance Thief.
We got 2 of those babies.
You can do it
He
for-
is jumping from top to... There's 2 that go at the same time.
Oh no. Am I one being doing now? He's gonna flank me. It's okay, I've got a sword now.
Actually,
Do we no longer have a flanking feed, by the way?
You still got it.
you still got it. But yeah, no, these were for attacking civilians.
Really?
I will say that still going back to it because it's not been that long. It's not been a week.
Reminder, literally no one here has it apart from you.
It's me.
And because he wasn't there, so anyway, no one's got it.
Like, I haven't watched the whole thing.
I have all of the knowledge. It's mine. I watched you train. I just didn't.
We just didn't participate.
Because that was a knife. Did you give a ring of protection to him, by the way?
You did not give a ring of protection to Paris Corpse.
We should
Did
do it.
we say one for him at least?
Ray got it.
I have one.
You have one. And the other one you gave to New Zealand, you got the Yeti.
Yeah.
The Yeti got the collar.
Yeah.
Never mind. No ring of protection.
Okay. You can have mine when we're done.
No, I'll give them money.
No, I don't need AC.
Okay.
I'm a monk. I go like this.
Give one.
I really do it.
Monkey noises and spasm around like
That's all the way.
Wow.
Monkey.
Oh!
Monkey.
Alright, 24 to hit Oscar.
That is.
What happened to them? I didn't whack, did it? Quite like
AC is 22.
Hey, you got full round action though. That's a 10.
Actually, he did not jump in. I'm going to make him be. He's going to be the crossbow guy still on the ship, and he's just going to fire down that Oscar.
That's even weaker.
Wait, he's shooting his crossbow?
Okay. As it happens, you see Oscar's just about to be hit, leans to the side and catches him.
Is that an
It's not, it's free.
What?
action?
What? Free actions are real?
Yes.
Only for once.
Infinite
Because I
real.
remember it's so dumb.
Anybody can do
Yeah, it's just you
Just catch it.
once per round. When you would normally be hit, you don't.
2 damage is reduced to nothing.
Yes!
Oh my god. Can't save 2 hit points.
And can I do it again?
Oh, you can use a full round
That's a
action.
full round action.
If it doesn't say it,
Wait, is it crossbow?
It's a crossbow.
it's a muscle.
You can't do that. It's crossbow.
What's that a crossbow?
You can reload.
That's a move action, really.
True. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Oh, does he have, wait, what feats does he have?
Yeah.
Because if he's got rapid...
No, you do 4 feet to get that. It's so many.
Nah, he's got bleeding attack. He's got a bunch of physical attack ones. He's not a super.
I only have one crossbow attack. Yeah, there's one crossbow attack. Yeah, I'm full on. You can do it.
You only do 1 attack.
Rogues do suck.
And then because he missed with that, he will. Clearly he missed.
You watch the guy catch fire.
He will crash. He'll do it. He'll do it. Oh, fuck. And then we will move to Jonathan. Fuck you, man! Yeah! Woo!
Wait, I get burns against humans. My racism works.
Wait, none of them are immune to mind affecting effects.
What's your full die?
Jonathan looks up. He tries to look at the people who fired.
The people.
You see the crossbow point over, but then it retracts. You do not see it from your current vantage point.
3 action!
That's true.
If we kill everyone.
What?
There are 5 towers.
Alright, Jonathan will run over here.
That's 2 to
He'll see. He'll look to see someone.
Quadruple? No.
Is anyone visible?
I literally casting Jonathan. Where's Jonathan?
Jonathan is here.
Okay, you can see through the cracks. You're gonna have to make a really good perception check to see anyone. Really good. This is DC 20.
You should just stand up.
DC 20?
That's it.
DC? Okay. You have a pin through eye view of what looks like a balding man who looks clearly traumatized. And on the other crack, on the other ledge, you can see a hunched figure in black. That's it.
I would like to mention that if you're taking a guy near me, you are so rude. His AC is going to be so high. I don't even see him, but...
Yeah, he sees a black figure. That
He doesn't do it.
He sees the guy. He's like,
He doesn't do anything.
my heart. I am feeling a heart attack. Oh no! As I'll cause possession. As a fucking.
Oh my god!
Flies out of him as he pretends that he
Okay,
falls out
guys,
unconscious.
before we break possession for the 87th time, what's the range?
125 feet.
It's really hard there, but I'm pretty sure that's. I mean, this is 60. I think you're just. I think it's like 80 feet away. So
It's 100 feet.
it works.
And then it gets wider. I mean, it's 100.
It's just
It's 60, 160 feet with my level.
So from this point, that's 60 feet. And you're like, what? That's 10 feet away from where you are? So yeah, 70 feet. You're good. You're real good. You're real good.
That's well played.
Well, safe? That's pretty safe.
Yeah, we'll say. DC 19.
Jake doesn't get to have any fun.
No, I'm trying to.
DC 19? Oh, you cannot see the guys on the ship. Don't forget.
What?
No way, look where they are. Look at your angle.
You're quite literally underneath them.
You're
Not underneath. They're not the.
Unknown, I'm peeking out.
I've never tried to look at something in a hole from underneath the wall.
Yeah, but like, if you go this way, like
Okay. You want to clip his shoulder? You can do that. I think.
I want to enter.
Whether you
I'll see
gear
his shoulder.
to the
Okay, yeah, I'll let you see the shoulder of the top of the guy. Okay. All right. They've got the same statue, so that's okay. I already rolled before. I'm not going to re-roll. I should have done that. It was a 7. I rolled a 7, and it's Will save. So that's a 10.
Okay. It's a new person.
It is a new person. So that's plus 3. That's 16.
Still fails. Alright. As I possess which guy?
Far right guy. Or far left
This guy?
side. Yeah.
So he's a shot?
He was the one who shot, yeah. You saw his crossbow and the corner of his hooded mask peek out from the edge of the ship.
That's my shot.
You feel a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of incredibly depressed, emotional strikes.
Riding the ship.
From what you understand in the character that you are now in the mind of, there is no controller of the ship. The only understanding that you have is that someone is doing the work not here for you.
remote control.
Oh my god, it's a drone strike.
Because all you know, because all Ed, I would say, for Jonathan has the perfect understanding. You,
okay, we're all amazing.
As your character, you understand this is a blue office quarter of creation. Inside of that is where they produce their automated robots here. The humanoid robots. The ones that Jonathan got pinned against the wall by. That you're recognizing it. You're seeing them at the second story of this building. You understand through the mind of this creature that they are heisting this building, and you just happen to produce a gold pile directly to the base. So now they're getting both of you. They got really.
I love that you just have the ability to just completely know everything in someone's mind for some reason. It's a great ability.
It's just like open the door. He's in.
It's like I can jump.
I'm glad you not only have possession way too early, but you also have an OP version of possession. That doesn't make any sense.
It's just class ability. That's why he's a...
No, it's just a spell. No, you can talk to people in their mind. That's it. You don't just know everything they know.
I feel like you read this to us before.
Yeah, but now he does.
He does. No, you have a better version of possession. I like
He's
it.
unlocked that ability.
You learned that.
He's got superpowers.
You need to
At level 6 and a half, he gets that ability.
You need to ask them that though.
I need to also I need to interrogate them
Okay.
inside, which I have the spell interrogate for. It's a very good Inquisitor spell.
Is that a save? Like it's a spell that you just cast on yourself kind of thing? Because you're in a possessed body?
Yeah, and I can target myself with it.
You target yourself.
I'm pretty sure it'd be him. So yes, it'll work.
Okay.
However, I can just drop him because he needs to make a will save every time.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? Every time you do it.
Yep.
That's okay, you already run anything.
Okay, well that time, we'll say he rolled an 18. So for the sake of future context, now that you understand the future context of what you don't currently understand, he will still tell you all of those pieces because it's a sporadic piece of fear. Though you don't know it right now. You'll know it when he's at death's door, because then it becomes kind of transparent what they're trying to do.
Good.
I just solve that. People off the ledge.
You could just fucking walk up on it and get position. Have a bit fun that way. Or we can move to the captain's turn, which I didn't even put on the map.
Mr. Captain.
Let me get the fucking.
I will do anything.
I don't have his pauldron.
Mr. Captain, I will do anything for you, Captain. I will jump into the Captain, my Captain. Where art thou, Captain? Or not, Captain.
Just like sound like guys like you're the captain now.
I will do this guy.
It's a woman!
You're the captain.
Alright. That's a ghost, dumbass. Okay, can you put at the front of that room there, in the very center of the center brick? That one? Yeah. Right there. Perfect.
All of your minis.
Actually, I don't know chain possession. I cast possession on the person. I think it doesn't do it because they're concentration. So that means that body goes unconscious and they go into
The captain will move 30 feet towards. Okay, 30 feet towards the cart. I'm gonna call this because I'm gonna get switched. Oh wait, who's in the initiative? Sebastian and Cicero. Cicero, you hold, Captain Hold, does his job, gets over, and is now like basically directly looking at. We were told.
No, this is me.
Oh, sorry.
I'm over here. I was going to kissy boy.
You're told the same, bro. Sorry, Kate. Not really.
Let's go. It's going.
It is gone.
I didn't even find it in the car. No. It didn't leave my body until I literally left my body.
You see Sebastian put his machine on the ground, which is still wired up to the gun that's on his arm, and you see he starts to turn on a bunch of things.
Shoot that thing.
You're like, it's the ship! Like, take it out of the sky!
Yep.
Now, okay. You hear the engine at his feet charge.
He's Iron Man. Oh, that's you chose a really, really bad time to attack people. You chose the wrong group. Why am I committing suicide?
Why don't I want him to not live all day?
You should jump up to me and I'll catch my car. Jump. Why not? In the air, bro. You suck. Just get better at jumping.
I'll jump back in the air.
What's your plus to jump?
So you want to go directly... Yeah, okay.
Those guys haven't solid initiative, so they're on flat-footed. No, they jumped down. I shouldn't have awarded plus.
They're high initiative.
My plus is 20.
Those ones down there. The rest of the ones up there.
You're right, I should get there and jumping. Actually, what am I doing? I'm going to mount the cup. Wait, so they've shoved it, they have little hooks on their chains?
Only the guy with the bald head, only he has managed to put a chain under the wheel.
We hate bald people.
The other guy is still descending from the chain. He hasn't
You know the clerk.
Yeah, the guy with the cloak and the mask, he's still kind of coming down from the thing. He hasn't like snuck under. This guy,
So he's holding onto a chain.
he is
Just climbing.
connected to the ship. Well, yeah, I just said it, but yeah, I would
So
allow
you're saying
that.
he's denied his dexterity?
Yes, I would have to give it to him because his turn. He's also flat-footed already because it's not his turn.
Oh, nice.
His turn is after Murphy's.
Sure, I'll pull out my knife and throw it at him. Stab him in the back. Yeah, just kill the guy. That dude. Hey, man, what's the imagine? It's the plus. What's the plus? He's flat-footed. You could hit. Whoa, fine. Plus 6, 8. Okay. Sorry, plus 7.
12 was your go-to, but you're close.
You need to get a higher plus. Sir, do you want my plus big? I'm fucking worthless. 2 POV. Wait, why is it 5? Why don't you double? Oh, you didn't level up. Do you want to use my possible sword? No. Wait, you have to measure my energy to use a fucking sword?
No. Well, no, but it helps.
No. Okay. Wait, do you use strength for fur?
The dragon's like, you're worshipping a god plus 7, 8 others. That's dividing your worship.
I'll throw my plus 1 dagger and bring them to
That's okay. That is not okay. That is greedy.
Love that. Oh, well, that was sad, but that's not what I paid for anyway. Anyway,
Lands on the ground behind you. Cool. Next is Special Wednesdays for a buggy.
Environment. Just like
Because you did all of the rest of those.
just cut the chain. Cut the chain. Right by the chain, I mean the post. Cut their bodies.
Climb up the chain.
Well, they're gonna take our car.
You can't.
I can't. I don't have the money strength.
What's your climb again? It's plus 18, right? It's not hard to climb for work. We could potentially do it. Look, he's pulling the ship down.
Well, actually, sorry.
It's pretty low DC, but yours is
I was thinking in the context if you were, like, okay, never mind. You can definitely do it.
You can just be flat-footed. Or you could be a high DC because you're
Also, so you know, the chains aren't coming off the side of the ship, they're coming up from underneath, so you have no idea how mental
That, get through that idea. I'm going to destroy the chain that's connected to our car.
If you climb it, you...
Just climb as you move around, it takes you 15 feet. You have to hurt the guy that's in the way.
Okay.
Kill. No, don't hurt the guy.
Because he's still there, and there's another guy that's just parachuted right beside.
I will cut through him to the chain.
Okay, so if you do that, you will destroy your wheel.
That's good.
That's fine.
You either attack guy first and then attack chain,
Yeah, you can just
or you just level the one wheel of the car where the chain is connected to.
I can't do it for that attack, but I will just destroy the wheel where it's connected.
Make a attack roll for me.
Okay, I'm just
so I need to buy a massive sack for it.
It's really
Giant
About 20?
sack.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well,
No, it's 28.
okay. So this chain has a threshold of 10 damage. So you have to pass that threshold in order to do damage.
Okay.
Hardness.
Wait, what's the hardness?
10.
Wow, that's high.
That's not very actual. Really?
Do magic weapon was good for it.
No. It's not good.
Oh, no, I don't go through the hardness. Right? The hardness is just like the density of the material.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Once you get hardness to damage,
I do
magic does.
20 to, no, I do 19 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't have
It does 19 damage. You snap one of the magic. What's it called?
No, damage threshold.
Chain.
You're destroying the card first.
Yeah.
So the card doesn't have hardness. The card just gets the wheel just gets obliterated, and the chain itself, you've now unlocked it from the broken part of the wheel. It's still there because the chain is hanging on with 1 HP.
Yeah.
So it's not connected to the car.
The wheel is not connected to the card. The chain is on the card because it was wrapped around and hooked in
To the wheel,
to the wheel.
which is no longer on the card.
Okay, the wheel is connected to a large pole that runs underneath the cart.
Yeah,
It connects
the
both
shaft.
back wheels. You destroy one, it just drops the cart down. You're seeing the lump of chain that is connected with the hook. You've damaged the chain.
So the chain wasn't connected to the wheel, it's connected to the shaft.
Connected to the underside of the cart where you can hook something in here.
The shaft. Okay.
Wait, it's actually not.
Cool.
You know what?
I guess I just didn't see that.
We've made a mistake. Just pick the cart off. Can walk 60 meters that way.
I'll do that.
There you go.
Yeah, you, as Moki, you realize that because the chain is wrapped around, all you have to do is like walk it in one direction and the axle will slide, the chain will slide out.
I'll do
There's
that.
now no-
I'll just grab the trigger.
Okay, you don't have another action. That was your attack action. Done.
I hate this chain.
Okay,
This
so
side chain.
I'll just grab onto the car, so if they pull it up, I'll go. Cool. This guy has a grappling hook at me. Yes, try and move me.
Yeah, exactly.
Dare you.
There is an airship.
No, it's connected to a guy.
Maybe he's got.
So you should not grappling hook to the airship.
I mean, you're going to assume that those hooks that are attached to the car are supposed to go up. So he can just drag him up. But then you don't know if that.
Wait, is the guy on the ship or?
No, he's down.
Okay.
And you don't think that that small piece of metal wire is going to be able to hold your body if he's holding onto you with the you just don't think it's going to
If I move, he's moving with me.
Probably, yeah. Or dropping or forfeiting his weapon. You have the other two burglars that jump. You see over your heads. They enter the balcony. Felix, can you take the red and the black? Yep, those two off and just put them on into where Oscar is, into the house. Just drop them in. Thank you. You know, we could. It doesn't really matter where they are. And they're both only get one attack, but they're both going in for Oscar. +4 short sword, baby. Nat 19, 23.
I'm gonna take an opportunity attack if they move down my space. No, I won't.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
You are now in their space. 15.
But they still think you're a friend.
Yeah, later.
What was that damage?
That was 2 hit of the last one.
Yeah.
And a Nat 19 unfortunately crits on a short sword.
Do they jump down or like do a grapple
Probably
thing? Probably repel.
Look at the controls of this device and
It was he said it was a remote control from somewhere else.
yeah, but the chains would probably have manual controls.
Oh, you could confirm, David.
Maybe.
Meaning I could
Good
jam
fucking
it.
point. Good fucking point.
If they all have like repel things, you just go like boom.
It was going to be really bad, and it moved to a Nat 18. Now 1 to Nat 18. So the oh no, that's a 13. That's 13. I hate this die. There's a 17. No. Fuck. I never get to crit him. So 8 points of damage as one slides over your shoulder and starts to kind of gash your arm, your left used arm.
It is flanking, so.
It would be. Let me see that.
Yeah, it's a D6.
2d6 actually.
2d6. Oh my god.
6 points of damage again, so 8 is 14. Gashes you. And then I have one more that goes, who's down on the floor. And he is going to,
Two buildings anyways in there.
also, I'm sorry, he was the one who fired and I shot into me. That's it, that's up. Top of the round, Oscar.
Okay.
3 of them are now surrounding you, and there's...
The guy in front of me is good.
Yeah, he did. He went straight away, and... Oh, wait, did he? I don't think I did go, but he's top of the initiative after you, so I should have made him go straight away.
Okay, I went back and...
8 damage.
Oh my god.
You're lucky because he had 46 sneak attack.
That's a good bird.
Yep, that is it. Oscar, you're up.
Okay.
Follow by this
One
guy.
attack, one bitch.
One attack. Also, sorry. I think this it applies with the sneak attack. You keep going. With the sneak attack. This attack causes the target to. Cool. You take 4 points of bleed damage as well.
Okay. Can you say it triggers with sneak attack?
It does trigger with the sneak attack. I'm wrong. That's gonna happen after Oscar right now.
Because you kill him.
I activate bang. That's
Yeah.
protection. I'm going to make 2 attacks.
Same guy?
That's the guy in front of me. First attack is a natural 19, so that is a crit. It's a with heal. That's 29.
Yeah.
So 31 to hit. So that's a crit. Unfortunately, bang doesn't double. Yeah. Alright.
Good chance this guy is done.
Are you using a judgment?
Am I using a judgment? Not yet. Okay. 5 lightning, 10 physical, and that's all stuff that doesn't double.
Oh wow. Oh boy. Oh boy.
32 extra physical.
How would you like to kill the first freelancer as a thief?
Yeah.
First profession you've killed in this city.
As soon as he's about to go for another strike, Oscar grabs his
Dagger hands.
Yeah, swats it out of the way, goes for a strike across the chest, and throws his body over the balcony. And then we'll go for an elbow strike to the guy to his right. Which is a 19. And that is 33. Dead. This is an unarmed strike. So, does more damage. Okay. Alright.
That guy's dead now. The only other guy who rolled in that 20 in initiative. Unfortunate.
27 damage plus 4 lightning. No, 4 electricity.
1 hit. 27 on the one. You also kill this guy. I mean,
Crack his nose.
yeah, I was going to say, I think you sent this guy tossing with so much force, and then you come back with the rear swing, and this guy's coming in to do a stab. But the other guy over your shoulder who does the sneak attack, this guy misses his attack, and you brain the side of his head, and you are instantly angry and frustrated, and that is put into this guy's neck and chin, and you shatter the jaw and rupture any part of the face that was looking.
And then I'll look over at the last guy and say, so what happened to your friends? Do you want to continue this?
You see that the last guy actually looks the least thief-like. Visually, he has more of appearance of some sort of weird culty priest. You hear Monkey, as you're destroying the cart.
Yeah.
You see the small one now because the cart is like lurched. You can see the small head, arm. It looks like a magical blade emerging out of one arm of this shorter, very short, kind of dwarven-looking creature. Kind of dwarf and gnome combined. You see there is some sort of machine contraption on his arm where this some light energy is kind of emerging. It's like this blue this blue shimmering force which looks in the shape of a blade.
Taser.
And you see him tap one button or tap it twice on his arm, and then something from his belt compartment seems to just stick out all of a sudden, and you hear something above you. You have...
Seems like it's just whenever you get extra dice from a magical source, it doesn't like crit.
This guy fires 2 shots against you. That's a crit. Crit confirmed. That's a crit. And that's about 17, but that is a crit. These are considered non-lethal damage, by the way.
No. That's good.
You heal.
But I crit on 19, so that's nice. 2, 1...
Goddamn.
Oh yeah, so 25 also hits you, right?
Yes.
25 hits? Sorry, this is no damage. 4 points of damage for the non-crit.
Non-lethal?
Non-lethal.
Okay.
And 18 points of damage for the non-lethal crit.
Also non-lethal. Cool.
This is a repeating heavy crossbow that you see suddenly appears from his jacket below, pulls it up, it's already loaded, fires 2, both into your arm.
They're non-lethal. Are they like punching arrows or?
No, they stick into you, but you realize that the arrow tip itself isn't like serrated. It's very strange. It feels like you've had like a ball bearing inserted under your skin, and that's the arrow. Like there's no refined barb. It's like there's a ball bearing anchoring the arrow bolt itself into your skin. You don't know. It's just like instant feeling. It's like, wow, that's stiff index, but it's not destroying motor function of your arm or anything like that. Then, where are you? There, cool. You see something is launched from the bottom of the ship, and you see the entire cart has a net full on top of it.
I'm right next to the cart. And you're netted.
I need to make a reflex save, Monkey. This is DC 15.
It's to avoid being netted.
Fail.
It does hit Cicero. It doesn't hit any. It doesn't hit.
I have to let go of the cart to avoid being netted. I'm gonna purposely fail.
Okay. What'd you get? 3. Cool. Okay. So you just feel it grapple you, it hits you. It's a heavy net. It lays you down, and then Mookie, you start to feel the net. It's loose at your feet. Like there's no ball bearings or anything that's keeping the net down, but you're noticing it's surprisingly heavy. And then you notice the net itself, the cords that are hanging loose beside the cart that have now fallen over, start to like seemingly magically bend under, and the cords of this net, like a snake, starts to go underneath the cart.
It's like a mending spell, mending the net into a sphere.
Is it normal rope or is it like metal rope?
It seems like heavy rope that would be hemp, but as you're on it, you're feeling it like slide across your skin with definitely not natural grace. There's some magical thing on this.
Does it still feel like hemp or does it feel like metal?
Still feels like hemp.
Okay.
Still feels kind of weak. Beautiful.
What is the captain doing?
Captain is now Jonathan's turn, followed by Captain.
Alright, Zeke has all of them left the ship. Jonathan.
Except one, yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan looking here. Jonathan will look for any control panel.
You see a hatch that leads to clearly a lower level of this.
Alright, it's gonna just go down the hatch.
Okay.
Down the hatch.
You look under and you can see that there is some.
Stop the ropes!
Which you didn't process before. You see there's some sort of. You can see the reflective of a bald head, also grey, very similar to the grey figure that jumped off the ship. You see the small guy. He's in like a 3-foot crawl space. You see that there's 2 pistons on either side of him. His feet are kicked up. You can see that there's just like things going on at the very back of the ship under it. He's just going ham. You see he's pulling levers, twisting knobs, rotating, and you see at one point he presses some sort of like large piston beside him and pushes it down. You hear this, and something is fired out of the ship, which you hear.
Jonathan looks at any gear in his. in
Press every button. Okay. This is
there a knife or anything on him? Please,
You're a burglar.
Alright.
So
Do I have a bomb? Definitely have a knife. I have a bomb.
you do have sneak attack.
Oh, I can just stab him.
you have 2d6 sneak attack. You have leather armor, a dagger, sap,
It is pro and
masterwork crossbow, 20 bullets, 50 feet of silk rope, grappling hook, masterwork thieves tools, potion of expeditious retreat, potion of feather fall.
Alright. I'm going to run up to what looks like the control stick and just grab it from his hand and just put it
What it looks like is two levers either side of him, and you have no idea, and it's a 3-foot crawl space, so you're having to now, because you're a human size. You're a human size. Sebastian is literally going to destroy the ship with him in it.
He's not his body.
Yeah, but information is lost then.
Cool in. Well, I got a guy.
and he will just
I got 2 guys out there.
push one handle just one red direction down.
You see as he's pulled it back, you just there, you're like, he sees these 2 arms push the lever behind him. What the fuck is happening? Wait it out! This is like horrible.
Accent, I like it.
Down! And like immense fear and probably many voice breaks. 6 seconds.
What are you doing? I mean, too much to drink. Great.
No! No, stop it!
I got it by you. Little shit. You're gonna cross the shit. You gave me too many times about being.
We've been struggling up, everything's gone! Don't let the ship go! Something as the ship leans and tilts. It is making a sound. So you guys can't see it because of the sound it's making, but Jonathan can feel his body start to tilt slide in the underside of the ship.
He's crashed directly in the pirate's body.
Just crash.
Wait, what direction do
You
you
can
want
kill the captain that's right beneath you. Oh, I didn't roll a dexterity for the captain. The captain is also stuck in the room. Captain Toad! Oh, I can't get out of this!
Smash into the pirate, smash into the building with Oscar in it, or smash into the gravel wheel.
Yeah, because you got some great options here. But this
That should be the only 3 options he can do.
if I don't get into my giant ship.
1d4.
By the way, it's 8d8 damage to whatever you're ramming. That is the choice.
Well, it's random.
I can survive that.
Just pulling the lever.
You'll be rolling the damage on whoever the fuck you're crashing into. But not happened yet. Not happening yet. The ship has still got some control. Goes Captain Zone. He's going to make his action to break free. That one. All right. Sebastian. All right. Let's make sure that this engine is working. That's an 11. That's enough. You watch as he pulls his gun up with his arm. You see some blue energy just start to magnify, some light pulsing and growing brighter. And then Jonathan, a bright flash of light. The ship in the direction of where your legs are, because you're in a crawl space.
I think we should have.
Where the hatch Cicero asked him to board up. Where the hatch is, where you came up from, there is a blue streak of light from beneath, and you now see smoke, but you see through the front of the ship. He's just created kind of like an arc, and now from the hull you can just see about an 8-foot wide opening out of the 15-foot wide center, and you can see the ship lowering itself front on, it's tilting down, and you can feel the gravity in what you're in falter, but it's not breaking. The back of it seems to be where all of the contraption is, so the front of the damage is bad, and for you to just slip out and fall literally takes one more angle tilt, and you will just slide out of the ship.
Well, since I'm holding onto one of the random levers.
Just not the levels, but just pipes. There are just so many pipes in the underground. If you held onto the lever, it'd fucking break off. At this point, okay.
Oh no.
Okay, I want you to decide. I feel like just roll me a d4. This is mobility. This is stability. 1. Okay, this is mobility. You slide off the ship now. As I told you, it would break if you held onto it. So I want you to make an acrobatics check for me, and I'll tell you your acrobatics is +9, and you have to beat a 20.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Let's stack your deck.
Oh, not like that's you're like there we go. You could have killed the CR10 guy in there, but you know the ship will do that.
The ship is up.
Okay.
It is stuck on the full revs.
There are like 3 levers, one for right, one for left, and one for up and down. You break one of them.
Okay. You take 14 points of damage out of your 16 HP. Your head hits the pavement, and it's fuzz. Everything is white. You feel one of your eyes just swell red. There's just no sight anymore.
You feel always.
The other eye, you do feel it. You feel it.
Concussion, you're bleeding your brain.
You can feel your head get hot very quickly.
On a bleach.
Is it?
Wait, does he like fall, flip, and hit his head on the car?
Yeah. Like the corner, like where the stone rim, like the worst point, the gutter rail.
That wheel I threw off, it just gets to the worst point where it's under his back. It's like,
And I mean, where Jonathan can hear this boom, 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 boom. There's some sort of now like rotary sound coming out of the engine of the ship above you. It's not normal. It's not the same.
That's fine.
Like the new government is happening. Full revs going.
And so far that everyone can see, the ship is just kind of like tilting forward down and now has a massive pie-shaped cut at the front.
Everyone's so
doesn't have a way to move because the mobility level.
And it's anchored. So if you've seen these games, they've got kind of one vicinity direction to go and crack. Yeah, so the animated net is a 20 DC, but a snare spell, which this is not, is 23 DC. So you got the base level for the standoff check.
Yeah, just like slip out.
Just through one of the slightly, like how the hell.
Don't break the net. It's really valuable and useful. We're gonna keep it.
You can see as one of the net pieces is holding up the side where the wheel is broken, that Moki smashed. Like it's just holding that side up now. So the cart is kind of at an even axis. But you can see as the net is holding it up and the net is attached to the ship kind of tilts down and lowers. The cart makes a boom sound as it, like, the stuff inside shatters. Not shatters, but rolls around. You get Cicero followed by Moki.
Someone do this.
Attack roll. That is bad.
Still probably hits. It's like
15.
Hits. You have to do 10 damage, which I don't think you can't do.
Oh, I have to roll 3. I rolled a 9. Awesome. That was an action to break it. I'll use a move action to...
Slider. You can also see now at the very back of that airship there is something in there controlling it. Something.
Oh, that's nice.
And Keter put the fucking web back on the cart.
Okay.
You broke a part where you could escape. You did not break the whole thing.
That anchor, that's fucking connected to the airship. I want to start climbing it with my move action.
With the rope that's attached to the cart. Or do you mean like the thick one that got dropped off to begin with?
You know what? I'll use the rope that's connected to the car. If I break it, that's also good.
Cool. Alright.
Want me to do a climb check?
To get on a car.
You move 10 feet, you got...
Or you're literally climbing it over.
Okay.
Look, I'm going to say that your climb... Is your climb the same as your movement?
Climb out.
Quarter speed, cool. Okay, so your movement is 60.
-5, which goes from climb.
So you've got 15 feet you can climb. Make a climb check.
I'll climb it half with -5.
Not awful.
11.
That's awful. Pretty awful.
Okay.
Never mind.
You feel the pull against the ship. You are able to get, equivalently 2 feet off the ground with your whole body. So that's getting you 10 feet up.
Big.
Okay.
But you can also feel that your feet constantly hit the ground because the ship is dipping
That's
and
my
coming
turn.
back up. But you're getting it.
But now it's going to deal with the weight of the cart and you.
Exactly. You're just angling it towards the buildings now. And to all creatures in the 15 radius burst, you make a will save, DC 18.
Succeed.
Okay. So you watch as there is this like dark black gas that comes out from underneath this priestess robes, and you start to notice that all the people that were huddling in fear around you suddenly seem very docile and very very unsure of themselves and their surroundings. Suddenly there's like this real panic to change in almost 6 seconds. Their breath is labored, and while they're breathing it in, you're pretty sure it's not like innately toxic, definitely magical, but it probably has some sort of like brain dulling effect. They're not consciously thinking as smart as they, or thinking as properly as they should be. They're probably confused. That is its turn. Top of the round is Oscar.
Do you want to take an opportunity attack? He casts a spell in front of you.
He defensive cast. I didn't. The first time I've done defensive casting in a while.
I'm going to go for a grapple.
Okay.
Specifically trying to grab him over the mouth so he can't speak as well.
Alright. You notice that they are all wearing masks.
Great.
So you got to crush that mask and rip it off his face.
Rip the mask.
Oh yeah, just plant him to a wall so that mask is the hand.
Oh, not great. 16.
16 to hit? No, 17 is the AC. So you reach for the hand, passes by, and
Then this grapples a standard action, I think.
goes to stand back. You watch as he tries to pull, it's like a half hammer mace from his belt, and in that moment you... this is against CMD? CMD 19.
Yeah, so it is.
What's the grapple to?
The grapple is the hit.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that should turn.
That's my turn.
Shit. Alright, so guys in the ship. And then it's Jonathan. And the guy on the ground. He will make 2 more cross. He's right next to Cicero. No, he's not right next to him. Okay. He's going to make 2 attacks against Sebastian. Both hit, but no crits. These are non-lethal damage. Alright. Sebastian gets hit twice, and we'll get dragged along the ship.
Where is the ship?
Really, this is a non-lethal situation.
Not dangerous at all.
And then...
You just don't let dude shoot a lightning bolt through your ship. And you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna shoot it light.
they're trying to do this slightly peacefully.
They've not upgraded it.
But, sneak attack still gets out, which is nice.
It's okay.
Not great, but that is a 19 to hit. Okay. And because he's moved, he can't do 2. 1d4 plus 5d6.
I'm going to go my claw something like that.
Oh, you don't do collateral damage yet. That's good.
3. Yes. Only to Sebastian. Which is not, well, that's not that bad. 4, 8, 12. 14, I rolled 2 ones. And another 1. 15. On 5d6, I rolled 3 ones. That's 15 points of non-lethal damage to Cicero.
Hell. Really hurt.
You were stopping us from doing what we want! That is all they would say.
Wow.
Jonathan.
Alright, Jonathan is groggily getting up as he steps out. He looks at his hand, he has this weird broken lever in his hand. He falls on the ground.
Sing, rolls out, your brain fucking basically hemorrhaging up, and you're trying to ignore the problems of a body that isn't in you.
He sees the spellcaster up there who did a spell effect.
I don't have any wisdom.
For 1 second. Jesus. Alright, do that.
I don't know how you jump that high.
How do you...
As Jonathan raises his hands in a spell casting motion, I won't save cost because it's fine.
It's fine. I'm safe.
It's fine. He doesn't know what you're in. As I'll cast Steal Voices. As I will steal the spellcaster's voice while it you. Actually,
give your voice a good old
before that, I will call on the power of the ancients. I go along.
Okay, you haven't seen them cast spells. Only the one that was
that guy.
that guy. Oh, you're pointing at that guy.
Yeah, I'm pointing at that guy.
Sorry, mind you, got a screen covered. You're good. You're good.
So immediately spirits of the damned start growing around, growing from the ground as ghosts phase and crawl in and start surrounding him as they start to enhance his own powers.
Oscar's like, wow, he's producing a dark void, and now undead are coming out from his shadows.
Wow.
As he points towards this man, as
too powerful. Priest is like, no.
something outside of him, like a little ghost, leaves his fur and starts to have to roll for save. Something just starts glowing for his fur. Jesus, something.
Nat 16.
It's
Probably gonna succeed.
What's it?
Plus 9.
What's it?
28.
Okay.
25.
That's a shame. It's like, I need help again.
From behind.
The voice box is starting to break as he's almost about to lose, but he resists.
Oh my
He
no!
fails his permanent. So
Oh, was this a spell at him? He has a SR21.
go on. How about? That'll work. Down. You didn't nearly stand your fun. He has spell resistance.
Okay.
I took a lot of damage from that one guy.
Cicero.
I can't do anything. I'm gonna
Normal combat for Cicero.
Murder and I combat.
he stabbed me in the leg.
Well, not lethal. He cuts your cough. He stabs you in a place that hurts a lot and suffers your movement a tiny bit, but not actually.
Nope. So I'm just gonna pull my knives out as a move action and stab the guy under the calf.
Like, you're really disappointing me here. I need you to be a little.
What is disappointing? It's a -4 to AC.
Let's get a thing called fast roll. Quick draw. Let's see.
-4 to AC puts it at a 19 to hit.
That is 21. Guys, watch this.
These guys have not been damaged once. They are the toughest boys.
He takes 2 damage, 8 physical damage, and 4 fire damage.
Oh wow. Oh man, imagine if they had any resistance. Like 5. 8 plus 4.
Literally dudes. Yes.
No, I'm literally a dude.
I'm literally a dude. How's that, my turn?
Alright. Evasion trap sense, uncanny dodge. What does uncanny dodge do?
He's can't be flat-footed, and if it's improved uncanny dodge, then he can't be flanked. Yeah.
Double check.
Oh, it's not the reflex save.
No, it's evasion. Which he also has.
He's got rapid shot, piercing shot.
So he can take 2 attacks.
So that was the guy that was taking 2 attacks. They're not lethal attacks. Which kind of sucks, but he's got other things he does, like attack with a sap.
So it's a point blank shot.
Yep.
He gets a +1 to damage if he's within 30 feet of someone.
Oh, cool. So,
And a +1 to hit.
so Cicero, Moki, you take 2 more damage. And you take 1 more.
Okay, cool.
Because Jake is told.
You're welcome.
That should already be factored into the thing.
I don't think so. I don't think it factors in that because it's based on range.
Okay.
Okay, but it says repeating crossbow, but it does say +1.
So you stabbed me with a knife, didn't you?
No, this was round 2. The 2 rounds.
No, but that repeating crossbow could just
I haven't been shot once.
+1 crossbow.
Older than you.
And my brain.
Who was it on? Was it Lucky twice and then I missed the other time? There's no way I missed you. I'm pretty sure I hit you.
He was actually once in full combat. Which I'm thankful for.
Dagger touch? Dagger touch 10.
Fucking killed me in 1 attempt.
I think I've hit 3 times with Moki, so you have to take 3 damage total. Not 2. Sorry, 3.
Okay.
I remember I at least hit 3 attacks with that crossbow. Captain went, Sebastian went, Cicero, Moki. It's you, and then it is the last Bogler. That's with Oscar.
I'm gonna keep climbing up.
Right. Make a club check.
Shit, doing after it.
Oh, this is bottom of the initiative, top of initiative. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Natural 1.
Cool. Okay, so you
Get better.
you feel Loki as you start to
They've rolled so many 18s and 19s.
No, I haven't.
Loki, as you start to climb, you feel the cart behind you hit your back, and then you fall backwards onto the cart prone as it is pulled in the direction that you were trying to climb.
Okay.
Just cut the water, Bergie. Just a little bit.
There we go, that's better.
Yes, that is better. 25 to hit.
Okay, cool.
Do 18 damage.
Really good.
Okay.
This is outrageous.
You sever, and then you realize that now the only thing that's left is one chain on the other side of the wheel that you didn't break. That's it. That's the only thing that's connecting the cart to that, and a rope net that is kind of surrounded the cart.
Same my rate.
Just gonna kill him. Flurry of blows. 2 attacks. I gotta aim for both of his hands.
Yep.
It was only definitely a hit. Hamilton. Second attack is...
I feel like you told me that.
22 hit.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Alright, so first attack.
We should watch actual Hamilton. You can play this.
Your mum loves that shit. Most adult women do. It's very cool.
No, I'm just saying. So
19 damage plus 10 electricity. Second attack. 15 damage plus...
Wait, your full move was 19 plus 10?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is...
This is 15 plus 4.
Alex?
Or probably as a calculator.
I don't know where about 4, 20, 23, 33... Okay, he's still alive, but you can see
Surrender.
there's a good part of his jaw that is probably broken after your fury of
I'm going for each hand.
All right. That makes sense. He's raising his hands, and you are breaking the bones in his hand. Does that kill you?
Just please put down your hands and give up.
I make a promise.
No, that's okay. Promises break all the time.
Felix, why don't you make a D4 roll for me, and on a 3 or higher, it's hitting the building where Oscar is.
Oh, I'm going for it.
He says as you suddenly...
What's happening?
There's a slight shadow. He's standing right behind me, isn't he?
The building beside you, the wall shatters, the stone platform that you guys are on buckles inwards, and Oscar falls down the story, at least. Just don't worry.
Across the
Just I would remove the knees and then just shove the nozzle in there.
Throw it at the
Well, I don't want to destroy
Take off the base, take off the slide.
Slide it back? Okay.
So I just do it.
Gentle, and do some wiggling.
Looks like a sturdy building.
There you go, baby. There you go. There you go, baby. One more wiggle.
Just do an 88 real quick.
I feel like in the
I
way.
think it can still get off.
One more wiggle.
Just wiggle it. Don't just pull it hard. Just wiggle it.
Really, that bit, actually, that does look like it's going to work.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's been too many years. I can't tell.
Do you want to pull it back in?
Can I
You
take
can take it out. Yeah. Takes a little bit of force, though. Just pop it.
Yeah, there we go. That should be fine.
There we go.
Okay, now I'm actually, because you want to do this, I'm going to fucking move the minis out.
Dude, you spent all this fucking money on Dwarven Forge. You might as well do it. And also play your stupid stuff.
It's not playing off. It's just destroyed.
These are done.
Hey, there's something.
I will take. Can you take the cup off?
Yeah.
88, he said?
Yeah.
88? Alright.
No.
I mean, close, but it's like this.
Oh my god.
It's a Titanic ship hitting from an angle that no one wants.
This is not our fault.
No.
Wow. Basically, what we saw was we didn't know what up there. It wasn't our fault. Nobody possessed that guy. It wasn't our fault.
Possessed?
This whole thing is actually your fault, and not that anyone knows. It might still be your fault.
We're innocent.
I don't, but do I get to do like a save for challenges?
Yeah, luckily, like this battle mage has 2 levels in range, so it also has evasion. Do you have evasion?
No.
No, then.
Okay.
That's what evasion does.
It's a reflex save. It helps with reflex.
If he gets it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna make him do.
Like, well, then you get a reflex it. That was his question.
Alright. So do I?
You get a reflex save, or you can make an acrobatics check to minimize the damage, not knowing you know, it's like...
the acrobatics check because I feel more comfortable with that.
Alright.
Really?
24.
Okay, the DC was higher. Okay. Okay, the priest beside you gets crushed against the bars at the back where there seems to be a tiny small cage. You see the ship collides with his body and just, you get the side of a hole that just hits you, knocks you back. You do a few more kind of like low ground tumbles because then you feel something just like cross over your head, break through the wall behind you and around you. You feel the ship just fully go through the one side of the building that you're on.
A little bit low roll, but 34. Not too bad.
Okay, well you're not in the thing. Okay. Yeah.
34 damage.
Yeah. I'll do it through the because I don't have enough dice.
You roll better.
This is. Oh, you rolled it out.
That was the idea.
That was the idea.
Oh, what was it? 30?
34.
34. Okay, that was it. Sorry, that's exactly what I was going to do.
Take the full 34.
You did tell me.
You do take the full 34. The DC for the reflex was 20 and the acrobatics was 25. Okay.
It's pretty high. It's still low. Any danger whatsoever.
Well, it's only DC 25 because he didn't see it coming. He was actively facing against it.
No, I mean, he had more than 34 HP.
Not by much.
You were fine. More than my max HP.
Your ears fuck. And you look in front of you and there is just the half destroyed front of a structure that you are very, very sure is not supposed to be in this spot.
Tell me what's going on.
The engine's still going, isn't it?
Save yourself.
No, I shut.
You hear that
It's vibrating.
it is vibrating in the building and is echoing with so much thrum in the stone.
Yes. You did it.
Does Sarith do a bell my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it still technically, is it like the end of my turn?
Yeah, this is the end of your turn.
Okay. Then Sarith heal, because I've been reduced a quarter, will heal me. Okay. If it's open to using that.
It will use its cure wounds on you. You do nothing. You feel the sword suddenly warm in your grasp, and muscles that have been frayed from the battle you just fought with a priest that barely attacked you somehow heals. That's not the worst wounds. The wounds that I think you got from the ship are the concussion and the force trauma of you getting smashed to the back wall that then broke behind you. That concussion, that seems to be the first thing, that fog that's siphoned out of you and seems to be siphoned, like you feel the pain, kind of like a reverse running. You feel it course into your arm, so much pain in your arm, and then suddenly it feeds out of your fingertips and into the sword. Fuck. You see, the sword knows that if it talks, it's probably going to antagonize you, so that's not what it's doing. It is just staying silent and buffing you when you need it.
That's the end of my turn.
It's in your turn. The deer that was inside of the ship that is now in the building with you tumbles out in blood covering one eye, has been gashed through by like what looks like multiple pieces of wood.
Now it's time to give up.
Rolls over and you can see what was coming under his vest was a heavy crossbow. Great.
He's at 100 HP left.
Well, he's not holding a gun. No, he's only a gun. Where did Cornell get his gun from? Cornell.
This guy that was in the ship was the one who fired the crossbow before Sebastian.
Had to be here.
Why would it have to be here?
This is high tech.
Okay, 19.
Well, actually, would I be considered flat-footed here? Because I'm like, am I staggered from getting hit by a fucking ship?
I'm going to say because you didn't roll 5 less than the DC, no, you're not staggered.
You can deflect this.
Yeah, okay.
Prone creatures coming in range. Oh, except for crossbows.
Yeah, crossbows are good. It's almost like they come with a built-in tripod. Or bipod, I guess.
Literally no way you would ever be able to reload a crossbow on the floor, but you know,
Well, no, actually you can. Just if they have the little footwork.
And because he's got precise shot, he would be within 5 feet of Oscar, but because he's got precise shot, that -4 is taken away. 19 still misses. And the second one he's only got a +8 on. That +8, 26.
Does he have fast reload? He has a crossbow.
His crossbow is called a receiving crossbow.
Okay.
He does have rapid shot as well.
Okay. Rapid shot means you can attack 3 times.
Yeah, so there's one more.
Doesn't say
That's
that.
he lowers by 2 for the rapid shot.
Yeah.
It's
I
attack
take
bonus.
for that one. It's still there.
Wait, I thought it was -5, it would take off.
So rapid shot is full BAV. You get an extra rated full BAV, but all of your attacks in that whole thing get a -2. But that second one's still a hit, so I still have to deflect it.
You still have to deflect it, and then this one's only a 22.
Which will miss.
They just fly and shoot out of the wall behind you. You don't even see you barely see the shots because you're still kind of dazed. The pain is getting siphoned out of you as he fires these shots. Normally, you catch it out of the air. It grazes like the edge of one of your fingertips, but that's it. And then there's the one on the ground who will go and will just shoot Loki. That's us. Loki does a 15 hit you.
Yes, just.
And that hits. These are all normally
Actually, non-lethal is kind of your weakness.
Not really.
No, it is.
No. When I heal both non-lethal and lethal.
No, it is.
Oh, it's a D8.
So I'm deciding now it's your weakness.
To be fair, if he goes to 0, he just goes unconscious. That's right. He doesn't get down.
Non-lethal works if you keep a counter of it, and if your non-lethal equals your current HP, you stagger and exceeds your unconscious.
Yeah, which means your dial doesn't work.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
True.
So literally one non-lethal damage counters it.
You're right. I need
19 non-lethal damage.
I'm convinced myself I'm right.
until I get Raging Vitality, where I can make unconscious and I'll heal it.
And as you were holding onto the last of that rope, which you then cut, you can feel in the arm, which is holding your weapon, 3 bolts striking your arm. Again, they're like these dull, they don't hurt once they're inside, but they feel like they're stuck. That's it. Turn, Jonathan's, followed by Captain.
Alright, Jonathan seeing Cicero fighting
Oh yes, good idea, thank you.
the guy who's shanking him with a knife.
Something from tilting him.
Seeing how the ship crashed and
The kind of distant rumble
there's a lot of
sound.
danger, he's slowing himself with the ancient still cast and summoned. He will then cast Enfeeble Ray on the little bolt vehicle. Does he have magic resist?
Yes, they do. And also 21.
Alright, now one.
Being a spellcaster in this game has its fucking problems. We don't like it. In this game has its fucking problems. We don't like it. Sorry, Felix, can you remind, you're attacking the short one?
The bald guy.
Okay, yeah, that's the CR10. Yep.
Nice.
Aesol rope,
His
Still shit.
resistance is what?
21.
21. Alright, cool. I can't beat it. I just need to roll higher than a 16.
Got my life.
You mean you have to roll a 17 or higher, or you can beat it on the 16?
Beat it on the 16.
Okay. Alright, the captain goes, the captain will make a strike on one of the weaker ones that Cicero was attacking. And that's a nat 2, but he has 3 attacks. Nat 20 on the second, quick confirm. Nat 2, no crit. And a nat 9, so that both of those hit. That's good. Pulls out a long sword. Striking these dudes. Okay, he's dead. Felix, can you remove bone mask fur coat guy next to Cicero? He's off, he is dead. Cut down.
Just throw him across the room.
We'll just lay him on the floor where he died. So he knows a cold
No, that's recoil.
Right, and then Sebastian goes, he points his gun directly towards Jonathan.
Which one? Jonathan's body or
The possessed guy that you didn't tell anyone else was possessed.
Yes.
Make a reflex save.
Do I take all damage?
Yep, you're probably dead. The side street is illuminated. Lightning travels down. We should have kept this guy around for the boss fight.
Yeah, he did.
This guy's crazy. Who would have thought? Man, lightning. It's at least 66.
I apologize for making fun of this guy.
Hey, I wake up now.
He's more than just a backpack.
I'm right, he also did reload the weapon for them.
Didn't make the back.
Cicero, it is your turn. Followed by Moki.
Okay, I'm sure.
Bright white light
Backwards.
passes past you. The body of a guy that looked like he was starting to walk towards you now disappeared in the blue light. The guy beside you that has landed a shot at your leg.
He's under the cart. I'm gonna jump on the cart.
He's now no longer under the car because it's now been his turn. He's now like waist height.
Oh, so he's standing on his own?
Yes.
Yes. So that's his commanding done? Or is
This guy.
That guy right there, he's there.
Right behind you.
Oh, he's hiding behind me. That makes sense.
He was under the car before, but at least.
Okay, withdraw and run away.
Which direction?
Alright, Moki, your turn.
Guy up standing beside the car, I will use opportunity to stand up and attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is no one beside the car anymore because he is now just dead from the captive.
Oh, okay.
The other guy's on the other side of the car.
So I'm gonna get
I'll
on
attack him.
Okay. So you move 15 feet.
Yeah.
Smash.
don't
Make your attack rolls.
there.
This is a 23 AC.
That one. I missed. My turn.
That's your turn. Next is the burglar priest who's not dead. Top of the round is Oscar.
Find that one's already.
It's okay, it's true.
I actually rolled 4 nat 20s, which is uncommon.
We don't legal anymore.
Yeah, make a diplomacy or intimidation.
32.
Or intimidation or diplomacy.
Intimidation.
Alright, cool.
To demoralize.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Good save. Remember.
I guess, yeah. I go right. He was very silly at most.
Treats my brain.
Yeah, so wrinkly.
And black.
Yeah. So that's 10 plus wisdom plus hit dice. Otherwise he is shaken, not stirred.
-1 wisdom. You can roll above a 30.
32.
He's not succeeding that. What's that?
Nice.
So hit die of 10.
So Jesus. So
-1 wisdom.
19. Okay, he's shaken, so -2 to all of his like active rolls basically.
You can see in his pocket, which is now instead of he's currently always about to pull out a wand.
Don't do it.
Free wand.
And you notice it's broken. I want no silence!
Fucking worthless. That would have actually been sick.
That's a sick one, yeah. Yep. I know he took silence in the spell.
Puts his hand back in his jacket. You see it's a box. Takes the lid off. It's like a silvery liquid.
This one and well.
Just pours it on his face, and you watch the moment he pulls it on his face, and half of his face that is splashed with this liquid just goes invisible. His body is there, but as this liquid is kind of dripping onto his neck and onto his skin, slowly watching his body, he's still prone.
You're still laying there, kid.
Still laying there. You can see the blood that's been dripping from his forehead merge with the potion that takes the blood.
This is not a potion, so you don't have to.
Just drink the potion.
Sick.
Assuming an item, yeah.
You're distracted.
You got it. You got
What's
it.
his skull?
AC 23.
He's prone. Does that do anything? Flat-footed?
Reduces his AC by 4. 19.
19 is the hit.
Okay, so who is this guy?
Off his head.
That was a 2.
Yeah.
13 damage plus. Plus 7 electricity.
Okay, you silence this guy. The front of his face just kind of half bursting out as you unplug the sword from a slot you inserted it into. Slowly you watch as the liquid, the blood from his face that is kind of all like liquefying across the floor, you watch as that blood slowly becoming invisible.
I'll just pick up the body. I'll walk over to the balcony. John!
You can't walk over to the balcony. You're on a lower floor, yeah.
I'll just try to carry it out then. Find an exit.
You walk out of a room, you realize that you pass out of one door, you now see that there's some sort of weird, stationary, docking station for a humanoid-sized object. Like a weird place where a person could comfortably stand inside, but there's nowhere to sit. You can see designs, blueprints, things of mechanical construction. This room, as a small 20-foot wide chamber, was probably used to be designing some sort of humanoid robot. You drag the body of this small creature that probably doesn't weigh more than 40 kilos down the small tiny corridor and down the final flight of stairs, and you realize there's a kind of ground floor below you. You're seeing blue guard officer equipment on the ground floor, stockpiles of smaller gear. You're also seeing just like a massive, what looks like a rectangular bin that's just filled with gold at the bottom of the stairs. It's got a lid that's just like half tilted on it. It's a curved stairs. You take the body down. Blood is trailing you as you come down.
Stuff the body with.
My lawful sensibilities will not stay here. So
Yes, you know exactly what I have to tip check.
I love to take everybody.
Invisible briefcase.
I do. Jonathan, it is your turn.
Jonathan will literally wake up.
This is final destination. You wake up, you feel the smell of ozone beside you. You realize it did happen. You did it like one of the people that you're working with. Yep.
He looks towards the bald guy again. And then again.
So it is.
Spirits of the ancients.
The bald guy's got Moki behind him. Okay, make a spell check. Is he got him 16 or higher?
Cost level 1. Do the cost level bonus.
I did do that. That's plus 1.
So you're going to get a 15 or higher?
I really.
Remember, you're more powerful than you think.
Alright. Alpha was written down as character.
Well, no, I mean, if he absorbed a few more divine souls before this encounter, he could have plus 2 on all of those rolls.
You should have been my siblings.
That's exactly what he would have had to do.
Yeah, I only got 19. If I was even a higher level, it'd be only 20.
Or if if you had the Archmagi ability, from consuming divine souls, you would have had plus 2.
That was the next level of penetration as well, so I would have succeeded. That's not next level. I got 19.
Stronger than you think.
I'm stronger than I think.
You fire magic at this guy, and you can see the dark shade in their eyes.
There's one dude.
There's now only one dude
I
left.
see like 2 guys.
Copy him.
It's just
But he's going to make some swings at this guy.
I see.
He's going to move around.
It's their turn.
I killed this guy.
Oh, the one that you just killed then? That's because the ship did half the HP. I automatically failed him inside the ship.
Sure. I keep the annoying to kill without that.
Yeah. I mean, that took off half of it. They have 82 HP, so you did 40.
Is the ship's engine still going?
It's still humming, but it sounds more like a dying machine. You can hear the deeper kind of wallows where it doesn't sound like it's vibrating to the deep intensity it was before.
Does it go attack for the building, smash into the ground, and then
Keeps going. No, it seems like a brick structure was probably the perfect thing for it to hit. The other side of the road probably. Yeah, exactly. Like hitting a person or a brick building, which is better.
as a taxpayer, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, top, Monkey.
Random fire.
Well, Cicero then. So Cicero.
Yeah,
Cicero and Sebastian. Sebastian will also make a shot, so this guy's having a reflex save. He succeeds and has an uncanny dodge, so he takes no damage. Cicero goes up.
Yeah. So Sebastian just obliterated a whole cop and half of the building as well.
He fired.
Thing that way.
Yeah, let's say he moves 15 feet so that he can get Moki's rear half. Okay.
I'm 10 feet away from him in case you want to attack me. But I'll say, okay, Sebastian, enough lightning bolts.
Potion of
Sebastian. Sebastian.
Given what potion? Just one
Enough
potion.
lightning bolts. Stop firing them. We're done now. Good work.
I'm What did you say?
My turn.
Okay, okay, you're up.
I'm
You're
gonna
right in front of the guy.
I attack.
AC 23.
Let's do this.
This guy has only taken 12 damage.
I'm in the rage.
Oh, wait, no, actually, I realized you get bonuses for me being flank with you, so I'm gonna.
Wait, that guy also
Good spell resistance. Never mind, I never had spell resistance.
Hey, this dude also has spell resistance.
Yeah, that guy's immune probably as well.
Oh crap! I rage.
I mean, also just dodge, so it doesn't matter.
He did make a perfect dodge.
First attack is a 25.
Spell resistance effects.
25 to hit.
He's still firing the thing. It's just that because it's an area attack. I'm not going to say that like the magic didn't get released.
18 damage, 4 of which is bleed.
You got a plus turn attack also.
He's immune.
Nice. I'll count as my next
Did you
attack.
say 18?
18 damage.
4.
My next attack, that is a 21 to hit,
Got 50 HP to go. Don't
plus 2, 23 to hit. And then damage is... That's also 18, 2 of which is bleed. And then last attack will be right attack.
You're all well.
15 to hit? Oh, 17 to hit.
No. Oh,
Not
not a chance.
You are well.
So that's 2 18s.
Alright, so 38 damage, 36 damage. Very, very nice. We move to
I'm going to heal.
top of the round, Oscar.
When I heal,
Oscar,
79.
only
You find you're at the bottom floor, you walk out 40 feet to the door. I'm going to say it's a swift action to open the door with the body in your hand. And you've got,
20 feet, and that's the end of my turn, so we're going to move that handful. That's it.
I believe, not wrong, we have 2 doors, front or back.
I'm trying to find one that is
Closest to the stairs?
probably one that, judging based on like where I am, is going to lead to the car.
Okay. The one closest to the stairs, not the one in the car. And the iron door, so you go to the other side, you go to the wooden door, the back door is much smaller, you crack it open, you notice there's just a ton of shit right in front of you. Like you're barely able to open the door halfway and fit yourself out.
As Oscar walks out, everyone sees he's hobbling, he's very hurt, he's bleeding from the nose. And he wants to sit there, but he's still gone.
You see the captain guard who's right in front of you is just like been like hammering a sword down on top of a creature that you can't visibly see, and Moki looking like he's doing the same. Anyway, Jonathan, your turn.
Jonathan will get up, seeing that he turned invisible, and knowing his luck has been awful against their magic resistance. Jonathan will look to Oscar,
Who just exits. Okay, so you see that door right on that side of the building? Put him right there. Beautiful.
Alright.
And he's dragging the body that looks just like the one that disappeared. Half invisible.
Alright. I can get Oscar and I can get Cicero.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Do some recovery stuff.
And then I will cast
Good on ya.
Channel Holy Energy.
Like something I don't want to do. I don't want to be all like, oh my god.
Healer.
Wait, the Sebastian could just fire lightning at him.
Sebastian actually has been hurt if you want to heal Sebastian.
I heal everyone indiscriminately.
Oh, nice. He's taking 11 damage.
That's why I'm away from the enemy. Actually, I'm nowhere near Sebastian. Sebastian's too far away.
Oh,
Because it's here.
yeah.
And this is not, but I can constantly, it's like,
Well, actually, Sebastian has to move closer. I'm gonna. He's not that far away. He goes.
here, he would.
He couldn't have got there. He would have been here because he had to get line of sight to hit this guy and Moki, but not Cicero.
If he moves here, he would be in range.
Okay. He's either there or there. So I'm gonna take him on there.
Well, I feel like nothing anyway. 9 HP. Well,
Okay, what's been the max? 9 HP is good. So, do you also hit the captain? No.
I hit
Guy with the sword next to Moki?
And is that considered positive earlier?
Yeah, it's all the benefit.
Oh, next to Moki as well? Is Moki in there?
Moki's too far away.
Too far away. Okay,
Healing,
so the
you
captain
know,
doesn't-
long wheel. Healing, you know, long wheel damage.
I think it was 5.
Yes,
You also heal.
You'll non-lethal damage if you heal while having non-lethal damage. It heals your non-lethal and your healing for lethal.
And you get 6 HP on top of that healer because of your attunement to the radiant plane.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Followed by,
That means it's 16 health instead of 9.
followed by the captain, who will make some attacks on the guy who's invisible. 50% miss chance. First attack misses. He's only got one attack.
Go for it, actually.
He has to move to it to then try. And, so he misses. Sebastian. Damn, this is hardcore.
Sebastian,
He's smart as fuck. He won't do it.
whatever his chance.
But it's a nat 17 on the roll, so does he think it's smarter than what Cicero said? Does he think ignoring Cicero is a good idea right now?
Yes. He just goes in.
What's the concentration roll for the, to overcome SR? Is it spell level, spell caster level plus your ability modifier?
Just
Caster level.
Just cost a little. There's no bonuses.
Okay.
You don't actually hear
Is it
it.
concentration plus ability modifier?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, I think concentration is, because that's
Nick,
what
do you
you're
control advantage for reflex saves on uncanny dodge? No,
There's no such thing as an advantage in this game.
not evasion or uncanny dodge.
No, nothing but helpful.
Okay, cool. So I rolled a 2, and his reflex is plus 10, so he rolled a 12, so he fails. As Sebastian ignores Cicero and fires a lightning bolt in the direction, basically in the exact same spot where he left, but he's only 10 feet away, so that still hits. This will just miss Cicero and will just miss Moki. So luckily you guys are out of the line of fire. Well, the city wall behind you, however, let's not talk about that.
Wow.
And I rolled even worse.
Because it won.
I rolled 20 damage, so the reflex halve 10 points of damage. Well, rogue boy.
You have improved evasion?
This is a feat.
No. It's the level of 9 evasion.
He is not 9 levels in rogue.
And then it doesn't half.
Doesn't half.
Unless he's like 6.
Unless it's electric resistance, which does not. Okay, I think that might. 30. That's enough. You hear this horrible hissing sound coming from what looks just like the rotor machine that's been beside Sebastian every time he's blasted. You start to see thick amounts of steam and smoke kind of rise out of the brass machine that he's kept beside him as he fires these bolts. And as he's looking down, I'm so sorry, Mr. Rowe. I thought it was a good move. And
It's fine.
you can't even, you're blinded the moment it happens again, and now you look down and you can see the lower half of a small grey body is just there on the ground. Just the feet and the waist.
I can imagine it's all visible, just the top part's gone, so just blood splurting out and it's like
Utility football. Well, I mean, this, with a weapon is far more dangerous inside of caverns.
Captain Doyle, what the hell was that?
I have no idea. All I understand is that this was some sort of impromptu heist. You see a bunch of machine robots that are kind of walking around the corner to just try and investigate the damaged debris. They're not even looking at you guys, they're just looking at the debris on the walls.
Move the car away from that thing could fall down the building in any second.
The captain
Oh,
kind of
the car.
levies one arm and goes with Moki.
the engine's still going.
The engine is thrumming, but it is not what you would say would be like the sound of the lawnmower directly above your head. This is more like a sputtering on the verge of dying sound from behind you. And
Good. Everyone come close. I will give another healing wave.
Jonathan, do you move closer to the group, or are you?
Yeah, all close to the group.
I guess we'll all bundle up.
Gather around.
Oh, more civilians.
Jonathan, I do want to say you do this healing, but you also notice that because you're closest, other than Sebastian, you and Cicero both notice that there is a small stick sticking out of the waistcoat of this only lower half of a creature.
Nice.
This is probably like the re-rented staff or something that's been blown off. You're not sure.
Is anyone able to fix his staff? This guy, and I'll throw the invisible corpse on the ground.
The two bodies kind of like side by side. One is just the lower half, and the other is a nearly full body, half invisible. Jonathan releases magic and
So that's 6 inch grade.
And my
about
rate
6 plus 7
Yeah.
plus 6, so 12 or 13.
He throws a staff of invisibility. Might be worthwhile trying to get fixed over here. How's everyone?
Oh, don't get out. There must be
Everyone's healed.
Well, other than falling from a ship and
Other than the destruction of a blue office building, this reporting will have to be done by me. Because I was the only one here to. And you see that the other guys are coming. They're right here now. Like they're not. They're 15. They're 15 seconds away from being with you guys on top of you. Look, honestly, this is not what I thought would be happening. You're entering into the city. This is probably because you've been wheeling.
This isn't our fault.
I think it might be.
How could an airship invade your city? Do you have any defenses?
It came from outside the walls, which means it likely saw your journey here with the cart you've been carrying.
And it's our fault your city is undefended?
Okay, that's fine. Yes. The presence of this much following is probably not helping this situation.
I will take care of the paperwork side of this, but I will not be able to escort you to the Arbor Spires. I hope one of you understands your directions in this city. And he just turns away from you and just starts to walk into the building that Oscar left from.
but we have looting rights, especially to that vehicle.
No.
Public property, no, we don't.
Not anymore. If it was steered onto the ground, then maybe I would have let you. He says, as you hear the of the door just closing behind him. He's closed the door, put himself in the room, leaving you guys to the main street. And the guards that are kind of slowly descending with you.
It's fine, John. We'll find another one.
Go pick up that stick of that corpse. It's still very good invisibility potions.
You find no invisibility potions because they both try to use theirs.
No, it's
And there's no stick of invisibility. You find what you thought was a broken bar of staff is in fact a very thin twig, which you notice is the wand.
Oh, come on. Another one.
And you see the wind kind of picks up and the afternoon air is kind of still chilly. But you see the guards that are closing in on you are kind of almost steaming with the amount of running that they've been doing. Their bodies are very warm. You can hear their panting. You can see their sweating as they approach. Jonathan, you literally see the words written in a language that... Do you understand Uncommon?
No.
No. Okay. A language that looks as old as either Giant or Gnomish.
However, is it related to Terran? That's elemental.
Yeah, I was going to say Earth Elementals.
Because I know that one.
Elementals in general?
Technically.
And the common is like criminal language, or like
It's a specific undertext.
Very good closer to like.
Only lame people know.
Yeah. Terran, Ignean, Orion, and Aquean are the elemental. No. So no, this is and you think that there's a draconic symbol, but at this point you realize it is definitely it is too finely crafted at both ends for that to be broken off. This is its own item.
I show that. Make our way to the other slides. I think we didn't lose anything here, which is good. We should get moving. We're gonna go back to Queen's Bay.
Alright then. This was definitely a speed bump that I was not expecting.
I guess we continue to the towers.
Good fighting, everyone.
As you pick up and the wind blows in the street.
Actually, it seems we were possessed from them, didn't we?
Yes,
I saw it before they go down.
I don't really know how those ships work, but I snuck into the deck.
Did you learn anything from the one you possessed?
I learned that they were looking at us as easy targets, but I had no time to investigate, and well, he got obliterated before I could figure out more.
So they were after us the whole time.
Cicero, do you loot the body at all?
No.
So, no, okay. Sorry.
That's good.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to take a crossbow.
Okay, it's masterwork, and it is one of the heavy ones on the ground directly in front of you.
Oh, the heavy crossbows?
Other than that, it's composite short bows.
I'll take a composite short bow.
Okay.
Actually, sister, can you use crossbow?
Yes.
A heavy crossbow?
What?
Can you use a heavier crossbow?
No. Well, yes, but no.
Good with it.
The only reason I asked
No,
is
do it.
you do find masterwork manacles on the two bodies that you dragged out, and also two masterwork thieves tool sets. Cicero's not picking them up, so you only get one. You get one. At one, and then 60
Remember
feet.
about 5 minutes ago, and we're like, we're not going to leave the bodies.
Not all the shit.
Silk rope. Yeah, I think that was the only thing you said.
This guy's body is invisible.
Remember we were like, we have looting rights?
Also, you feel that while you were going through for the thieves' tools, you pull like a small, you like a latched leather not container, but like almost a rolled satchel. We open it and you find 10 doses of medium spider venom.
Whoa.
So 10 small vials, very, very tiny. They're like droplet vials. They're only about like 3 inches tall.
As we start walking away, I will just sort of like hand it, or I'll show Cicero. One of these I can use this. He's like,
Where did you get this?
there's only invisible guy's body.
Wait, that corpse is still invisible.
Looted him? Oh, it's injury.
You see, half of it was like at an angle, like when water dries half across your bodies.
I was carrying him for a while.
Oh, okay. You see behind you.
Actually, I could do a lot of things.
I pull out
You know we're surrounded by gods, right?
little holy thing.
I'll also give you the thieves.
The holy symbol.
What holy symbol?
The minor one that was given to by...
Yeah, I gave him symbol of my
Okay. Merchant.
yeah. Cool.
And then I'll cast Sculpt Corpse to shake the corpse, however, once a work.
How do you look? It's still a small sized creature right now. You want it to be larger?
I can make it larger. I'm going to shape it to look cleaner and more alive. Because I will raise it as a 4-hit zombie.
Wow, necromancy in the city.
Yep.
I love the gods. Love it.
In half invisible.
I was expecting you to be slightly, a little bit more subtle.
Well,
It's not good.
that's cool.
Is it?
It's cool.
Guys, I've also just realized now, I'm glad you did some healing. All of these attacks, every single one that hit does, because they have merciful boots, every non-lethal attack that they do does an extra d6 damage. So I have to roll a fair few more d6s up for you guys.
Not in the culture.
Yeah.
I was hit by a non-lethal.
You were. He missed almost every attack. I think he got one off on you,
The guy there with the...
which was the first round.
I was hit 5 times?
You hit 5 times. So,
I would have gone unconscious anyway. I'm fine.
and it's not lethal, so just unconscious.
Wait, Cicero going unconscious?
I'm going to say that you're still brought back, but because of his healing, he's healed you only you. He's healed for 6 plus 8, so 14.
Yeah.
So you subtract that HP and then subtract all the rest and then add back to 14.
25 to 15.
Yeah.
So you subtract that HP and then subtract all the rest and then add back to 14.
25 to 15.
For Moki,
Sorry,
6.
you drop your spell resistance.
No, I can't drop it.
So you have to
You
roll.
can spend a standard action to drop it.
No, but I can't. My feet said I can't.
As the police start to surround you, and they're going to surround Moki and Jonathan in centaur forms, because unfortunately the most out of place culprits are the ones directly in front of you.
The captain...
The captain's walking in the building.
Alright, well, follow him then. Clearly, that's the only way to.
Lock the door.
He locked the door.
He closed the door.
He said, "I'm going this way. You go to this."
Oh, the god's gonna start attacking us?
No.
And looking up to you like you are a problem, yes.
Okay.
You see that every time you interact with humans.
I'm not going to interact with them because I know if I do, I'll just
Doing necromantic rituals in the middle
John,
of the stone.
we're going to interact with the gods through a central. They will just attack you if you talk to them, okay?
That's not
see,
Sorry, what the fuck, John?
This tiny
Necromancy in the city?
The tiny undead, which by the way is starting to reform. How do you remold the undead?
Sir, he just cleaned it up.
Is it still small?
You can look
Still,
at it. It is so
still small, so still 4 foot tall.
Does it look like an undead?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
He's cleaning it up. He's flesh. But it still sounds like an undead until he reforms his vocal box.
And then I guess.
And now it just sounds like.
And then Jonathan will
Undead.
steal voice, and it can't speak anymore.
Oh, the car.
He'll use steal voice and he's down. And that's Paladin.
Cool, now we just have one of the criminals that attacked us following us.
Yep, that's completely
Everyone, guards.
Gods, there's a criminal, arrest him.
You see, about 4 spears are leveled, kind of like in your direction, kind of creating a wall so you guys don't move forward when you address the guards.
Our cart got attacked. We were accompanied by Captain Toll. He's gone into the Blue Office to secure the scene. We mentioned that we are to continue to going to the spires. The other spires were there for losing. Is one of you able to escort us?
Hold on 1 second. And you see the one on the closest to your left walks into the door. You see it wasn't locked. He just opens the door. Walks inside. As you can kind of peer in from an angle, you don't see the captain there, and you hear someone ascend the inside steps. 3 guards that are left directly in front of you are still holding spears, more pointed towards Moki and Jonathan. If you make a move, they kind of take a step forward. Guards come down. Guard and Tall, Captain Tall. This is here. He just sticks his head out. They were trying to get this building. These were bystanders that happened to get a large hole of loot from the Reclamation of Fort Bagram. Must let them through. They're heading to the courtroom. You see all the guards look really confused, like this doesn't make any sense. You see 2 of them look very suspicious towards their captain. Like, why are you letting these guys? And then they kind of they don't lower their spears. They just kind of allow you breadth, so you can walk through the 10-foot wide space they give you to leave. It's certainly tense, and you're missing 1 wheel on your car.
I just carry it, I'm good.
And you guys take off.
Is the net door? It's still actively trying to hold the cart.
Yeah. You can tug it so that at least.
No, it's like keeping all stuff. It's fine.
It is. But as you tug it, you can kind of free a back wheel, but then it wraps itself around the bar where the wheel is connected to. So it's like a really hard elastic.
Now the top.
Yeah, like a web top. Yeah.
Why is that?
You just see one sword just stick itself out and slide back in.
That's because of I'm here, and John. They don't like people other than the standard races.
Clearly.
Well, if they start saying that I'm a criminal because I escaped slavery,
They're not going to say that.
if they do, we're killing all of them.
No, we're not. If they say that, we are leaving.
By killing them all.
No, we're not here to act as aggressors.
Well, if they are aggressive, we'll aggressive back.
If we have to defend, we will, but we're not going to attack those who don't attack you.
That's exactly. And when they do, because they will, we kill them.
Really good enough ears. I think Jonathan's here too. You both hear one of the soldiers who's, as you now, is behind you. You hear them say, "Oh, I haven't seen one of those since 6 months ago."
What?
Hold back your anger.
This is right, because you know there's an archmage cultivation essential here.
I'm sure he doesn't take walks around the city.
You're assuming that the public guard probably doesn't get a good sign of cost. You
John, please stop resurrecting the undead
It is fine.
and city walls.
Anyways, I'm going to put on this cap now.
Well, the next time you do that, I'm telling you that you are summoning undead and that they should kill you.
Well, I'm not sounding so you're incorrect. As I
I'm not thinking of it like that.
enter
If you do that, please don't do it while he's in my
I
son's
speak
body.
like a child.
Your face kind of
So I'm never going back in his
just
blood.
the color changes, really, and the nose,
So,
and the eyebrows, and the kind of the wider iris.
Okay.
You see, Jonathan's undead has actually now turned into a middle-aged or young, it's hard to tell, looking gnome. Like
God,
no one here in the small group has seen. There's a race that looks a lot like a halfling, but like a weird, elongated elf hybrid.
Wait, are you saying halfling and goblin fucking is the result?
Yeah,
Nah.
that's a good word for it. Yeah. No, Golem's a good call for it. Yeah,
Sure.
it's a little less nosy than,
Halfling,
you know, a
goblin.
little less disgusting goblins. Let's just say that.
Goblin.
Right.
Yeah, goblin.
Half girlfriend.
But under the cover of what you can see is an average of like 1 out of 20 halflings in the city streets. You know, it's maybe none.
I have a right to bear my arms, and, well, currently, I am armless. I only have one.
You're saying you have the right to practice your magic?
No, I have the right to protect myself, and I do not have a weapon.
I think would I know if necromancy is outlaw?
No.
Okay. But
No.
people
You
don't
can
like
assume by Oscar's reaction just alone, because he's kind of like the law guy here that you have understood, and he's been adamantly against it the moment you met him.
Well, people don't like necromancy, and I know you're old, and in your time it probably was acceptable, but nowadays they see it and they're like, oh, necromancer.
It is
Burn it with fire.
very interesting to hear how the material plane is cursing a creation of magic that we made ourselves. No gods made necromancy.
Well, we also
was
made like
completely created.
various drugs, and we don't like them either.
Deaf gods.
The other one you worship.
You become a deaf god. That's through creation of prayer. The one I worship is a god of rest and death itself.
No, I'm not
Not
saying.
undeaf.
I'm not saying your necromancy is inherently evil. I'm saying it's socially evil.
Necromancy is a
We don't like
creation.
it.
The last man that tried to become a god had to fight with one he couldn't win. And became nothing. No one should become anything. Your creation was not created by you. There are gods of undead, but you think the Panish gods are.
Gods of undead. I do not know. Gods are aspects of concept itself.
Well, the gods have changed since you've woken up.
There's a god that isn't even real. Trevor. Gods can be whatever they want. One was made by man. It wasn't a man that had become a god, but it was made by the worship of men.
Gods are real.
Anyways, my point is in the material plane, necromancy is our magic that we invented. It is no one else's.
Okay, so next time you practice your magic,
Just like how the Fae created enchanted magic, and just like how devils can create an invocation.
Oscar, which arm do you carry Sutriel? Sutriel?
Right arm.
Very good.
At least I have pride in that we have, as a race, as a plane, developed necromancy.
If a slaver has pride because he's a slaver, is he a good man or is he still evil because he's a slave?
I do not know what I'm enslaving.
That's the principle.
Oscar, you notice that you didn't spontaneously put your sword arm up, but it is now pointed like directly right, and it looks like you've now passed the street, but you're not paying attention to it. The weird lack of feeling in your arm as your arm raises.
Yeah, it's not like the head of the old man.
Yeah, like you walk and you probably were. You're probably 10 foot away from the woman, and you had to go like. And it just is kind of like. You hear from the dragon inside you the spirit of something that is far more primal and powerful, and maybe has eyes that go beyond just the sword, because you hear, I have caught the scent. A temple of Son Kuthon. A hidden, a deceiver.
Well,
Follow my blade.
we'll talk about you later.
Which way does the spy?
And you realize that Oscar is just now talking to you, but is holding an arm. He's holding an arm, and you see Moki turns a corner and just starts to head down an alley. And you can see that the spies are ahead of you, but you follow his sword arm, which heads right down.
That's where spies are already pointed.
Ironically, as Oscar is kind of pointing, you're realizing that there's a spy that's like 2 degrees off, away from the 4 spires, and it is loosely where you're looking on the map. It's like a hard eastern turn from where you are.
It's on my back. I have a car. Just walking down this alley.
You are at Civil Row, and it's pointing like this way.
Now we want to go out.
But yeah, leave at least one door open for him. It's really hard because of the
I leave the
Yes, I did.
Let's Krueler. There's the arch-enemy display.
Right.
And I believe that they have reclaimed the Book of the Damned, probably. Knowing how much.
Additionally, this blade has a vengeance towards anything that worships the Creator.
I see.
It's mentioned that there's followers in the city. This direction.
Are we going to go deal with it, those guys?
I would like to at least have a check.
Unfortunately, you see Moki's just already turned that path. He's just like ignorantly just kind of heading down that route in the car.
Force me that direction anyway.
Alrighty then, we can head there.
Just say no.
Because I have some sense of curiosity as well. I think it's worth
Well, we have time.
here and guide me.
You hear from inside you, you must be very wary along with the ones you bring. Dark zone nights.
Will they recognize you?
They are hidden even from the cult itself. They are his waiting weapons of pain, and they will only strike once truth has confirmed that I am in their line of sight. Does not mean that they will know I am here. I have enough magic to cover who I am. If they have any idea of the past, and they see this, you see there's a kind of flash where the purple gemstone is on the sword.
As we are walking, Oscar will cast Oath of Anonymity. He'll pull out a little piece of fabric that will cover sort of like the bottom half of his jaw. All of his equipment turned into sort of like hunters, scavenged furs and things like that. His hair will kind of blend a little bit more blonde/brown. And his smith deal will look like it is a long cane made out of wood.
Okay. You hear inside your mind, what if I took over? I doubt I could have done the same. Cool. And you can kind of feel the kind of retraction, like that forceful presence that was just there, focused with you, is kind of pulled back, going back to sleep with whatever dormant state it is.
I didn't.
What was all this?
You know that in your direction, you'll hit the Temple of the White Flame, which is like the biggest temple of Krueler in the city.
Great.
But you're just hoping that isn't the path he was pointing at. It is in this direction.
We cultists are able to recognize the blade. That's just the best method I have to concealing it.
I see. Where did you find this blade again?
Yeah, his father had it. It was actively fighting him.
I see. Does it cost detect presence to see if there's an outsider or out of the plane of force in the blade?
At this point, it is considered out of plane of force. Yeah.
What 11?
Lawful good.
Angel. Okay.
What stuns you?
If the hit dice is above my level, double my level.
And your level is 6.
14. Well, it'll be 14. If I'm 14, I'll get some.
Okay, so that's
You see, as you look into the crystal, which you saw for a moment, like pulse, like there was some sort of like luminescent color underneath the crystal, making it glow bright purple. Your eyes just like tunnel focus in, and then you get this like it's kind of like this drawback, and you feel a place, something you had forgotten. One of the reasons you'd come to this continent to begin with, one of the reasons that Brandt Gate was so important to your mission and your temple's mission, because one of the Dark Gods was born in Brandt Gate. And the sense that you get from this, there is the presence of a Dark God funnels through that weapon. Like that weapon is actively pulling in as much Dark God surrounding energy as it can. So all you get from that sword is you understand it's good. You understand that it is far stronger than your senses can understand, but it harbors a part of a Dark God still in it.
That blade holds a dark secret. I wonder what yourself.
I am weary of it, but nothing it has said as of yet has made me believe that it will turn on me. But I'm watching it.
You Andronicum, you understand that there's a good chance any good being at all who's come into contact with a Dark God has likely had, in any way, no matter what, a form of corruption planted on them by a power that is, to go up against it means to battle the corruption that would affect you regardless. A kind of corrupted force that your temple was kind of made to fight. But Dark Gods are smart and cunning and hidden, and they leave their mark on everything they touch. And that's what you feel. You feel it's a mark, and you maybe, even in the context of your coming back to your senses, you've been shaken. You understand that it's been marked by a Dark God, and it's using that mark to find it.
Well, I will give you a help that has been marked by the God, meaning whatever you do, it will always find it, unless it's on another plane.
And it makes sense. It's a weapon that was made to fight a Dark God.
Yes.
And as its sole purpose, so it makes sense that it is marked by it.
That means this last wielder has failed.
Yes.
You should throw it in the ocean.
We shall see.
If it's marked by a Dark God, shouldn't we destroy it like we destroyed the chain?
However, there is a silver lining. Although they know where we are at all times, as long as we hold that weapon, we know that they will come.
That's not a silver lining. That's the opposite of a silver
And I
lining.
know that this weapon is vowed to fight that Dark God.
Therefore,
The dragon says that attention is what I'm betting on.
it will be fate and destiny that we will fight them again.
Or you could do the smart thing and throw it in the ocean. Oscar, stop smiling at me.
I could.
Stories of sentient weapons never end well for the world, ever.
You're not wrong. But we're in desperate times, and I believe that a little bit of hope goes a long way.
I agree. We need every advantage we can get.
But I give you full permission if you feel as though it is going a wrong turn to cut my arm off and take the blade.
You can't do that.
I'm sure you can. You
No,
certainly
you need your arm. You can't do that.
I'll take that action. If I feel like you're
There you go.
being corrupted or something, this, I'll cut your arm off and take the blade and destroy it or put it in metal.
I think that's reasonable. I will trust you to give me a check if it does. But obviously I'll do the best that I can to make sure that it doesn't.
Well, I think it'll be fine. Like I said, it's a good blade, goes against the Dark God. Just a little bit.
Plunge into darkness. Just an emoji.
Yeah.
Bigger they are, harder they fall.